Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks again for tuning in to another Sunday night convo with the homies. This your boy Superb Kicks, one part of Feats in the Streets, and I'm gonna let the panel introduce themselves.
Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? Diverse Styles, the other half of Feats in the Streets. Obviously, you can follow me at Instagram at Ian Tankersley 404, Facebook page just Ian Tankersley, and obviously, we always gonna plug featsinthestreet.com for all your FNTS merchandise.
Most
What's
definitely.
good? It's your boy at PR_23.
Hey, everybody, we got a dope show coming for y'all, or should I say, a dope interview, which with our big homie Ricky Retro out of New York. Been in the game 30 plus years, you know what I mean. So he gonna drop some knowledge on us, you know what I mean, on a lot of things that happened in the early 80s, early 90s that took place in New York, all over the shoe community, just all types of stuff compared to what it is now, compared to what it was then. And like I say, he's been in the game, like I say, 30 plus years. He rocked Jordans exclusively with Nikes, LeBrons, etc. on down the list. And he's into the caps and kicks movement, where I'm a firm participant in that. Every pair of kicks that I got a hat to match. You'll never see me unless it's work without a hat. I'm the LL Cool J of the sneaker world. You know what I mean? Like you'll never see me without a hat, like I say. But it's all to the good, and we're gonna get into that. And then he's in the member of the Soul Firm. We follow the Soul Firm. T Bone. Shout out to T Bone and a couple of other partners. My boy Diverse Styles, a part of the Soul Firm. We got another partner, Ill Will, part of the Soul Firm. It's a few folks that we know that's a part of the Soul Firm. Good peoples over there.
That's
So
right. Herm, Slap, all that.
yeah,
Yep.
I was about to get into that team slap. Everybody
Yes,
is
sir.
just, what I mean, one big circle, you know what I mean? Everybody that links up with each other. And like I say, I met Ricky Retro in the Soul Firm group and ended up following him on Instagram. He followed back, follow him on Facebook, all the etc. Real cool peoples. And doing this, we've been doing these interviews and everything. And I just felt it was a dope interview to get somebody with his knowledge coming in with an interview for us, and what y'all partake on that also with this interview.
Yeah, I mean, I like you mentioned, I've been a part of the Soul Firm. I know I wasn't one of the founding members, but I know I've been in there a long time. I think at one point it was less than 100 when I was in there, so this has been a long time ago. And of course, Ricky Retro, man, he's been a huge part of that group with posting and links and branching out with people and I mean just the list goes on and on. And like you say, man, I've been watching that man post different pairs of shoes and hats, for years now. So I mean, I can only imagine he's been kicking it like that before social media was a part of able to share stuff the way we do nowadays. So
Facts.
I mean that like I say, got an OG in the game, and anybody that follows him knows the extent of his collection. So yeah, can't I'm really anxious for this one tonight.
I'm ready to hear some of them good old OG stories. You know what I mean? Them
Especially
old
coming out
school.
from in New
Yeah.
York, man,
We hear
that's
some
the
of them good
shoe
old
mecca.
stories. Right.
Yeah, and then like you say, and Diverse just hit the nail on the head with one of the things that I wanted to get into and asking him about the social media outlet. You know what I mean? With before the social media, how his name was still out there popping for the shoes, doing what he was doing, but now he's able to touch bases and have his name, everywhere by participating in these groups. It's people in these groups that's from out of country, you know what I mean? That's partaking and stuff like this. So just wanted to touch bases on how the social media affect his social media outpour. And then also, I don't want to get into too much, but yeah, I didn't seen Lids use a few of his combos and everything like that on flyers, on commercials, discount things, everything like that. So, I mean, this should be a great interview right here, and we're gonna get started within the next 5 minutes. We'll bring Ricky Retro in about 7:10, and first we want to get into the latest reviews. I mean, the latest shoes that we didn't cop. What's the latest shoes y'all done cop so far, and what y'all feeling on the shoes?
Uh, last one for me was the mochas. Uh,
What's up, Just Rob?
I had a bid in on a pair of SBs, and I had told myself that there was no box, no extra laces, but they were in great shape. But I'd already set myself a personal limit on what I would have paid, and the bidding went way beyond that. I mean, the crazy part is the people that the price that they sold for was outrageous. So I'm kind of glad I wasn't in that bidding battle. But
Hey,
I think
let me ask you a question real quick about those mochas. Since the last time we talked about them on the show, you didn't actually have them in hand yet. What's your personal opinion on the mochas? Are they overrated? Are they fair rated? You know what I mean? Or are they underrated? Should I say?
all right. Obviously, everybody knows I rock ones, and I've been rocking ones for a while. And I'm going to say this: that they, to me, they are overrated, and it's only because of something that you said when we were doing the review. Um, they're automatically tied to Travis Scott because of the colorway. There is no getting away from that. I mean, you can't. There's no separating the two at this point. So the hype on them, I feel like, is overrated. The colorway is super dope, like I've always mentioned. The bread colorway will always be the bread color blocking will always be my favorite on ones, but obviously second to that would be black toe. I know a lot of people gravitate toward the Chicago color blocking, but that's just my personal. I think those two color blockings are the best looking on a one for me because it puts either the two or the three colors together that are supposed to be together. You know what I'm saying? Whereas
Now,
Chicago, go ahead.
last question right here. Not to interrupt. Last question, so I can get to PR real quick, and then we can bring in Ricky Retro. So if they both was at a $400 price range, and when I say the both, I'm gonna speak on the next shoe. Which one would you get? If they both was at the same price range, would you get the Mocha one or the Obsidian one?
Ooh, Obsidian. Yeah.
Same question to you, fam.
Me, I'll probably go with the mocha.
Mocha. And
I
and
could
elaborate. Go ahead. How
I
you
could
about to
probably
do it?
get more wears out of it. That's more the color tones that I'm attracted to when I get fresh. It's not too
Yeah,
And
more
many.
earth
what's
tone.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was about to say you can wear that with a gang of different stuff with the
Yeah,
earth tones.
But see,
and I've been I
with me, I got other ones that are similar like that. So I would have to go with the Obsidian. But I see what you're saying. I mean, that's a tough. That's a you see it was a tough choice for it.
yeah.
And really, what's the latest cop you done had, or something that you done snatched up that you was trying to get?
The last personal I got was the Atmos SVs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I went up to try to get. Do you know what them the Air Revis is? The Air Kais.
Hmm.
Which
I tried.
colors?
I tried to go. Well, I got a couple pairs that I already had, but I tried to go to LA on Friday to grab the Laker colorway and the LA exclusives, but they didn't release them until the weekend. But I had other things to do. I went up there Friday. They just released the same ones that I had the black toe.
Hey, and you see that dude that you posted the shirt with the vultures? That's what you talking about?
No, no, that's somewhere in America. That's
Okay,
this other dude.
so he got Montrezl Harrell that just signed with the Lakers that was on the Clippers. He got him a
Yeah,
signature shoe now, and Montrezl Harrell gonna be playing in that shoe.
I seen that. That's a cool
Yeah,
look for him.
yeah,
Man,
that's a big look for that dude right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just robbed one Obsidians for him. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bring Ricky Retro in right now, and we're gonna go ahead and start this interview. And those that is out there watching, please participate in the comment section. We we will answer all questions inside the comment section right there that we do see. Bring you on the screen, everything like that. So if anybody have any questions for Ricky Retro, please feel free to reach out. And we're gonna bring Ricky in right now. He just hit the backstage. What's up, big dog?
Hello to everybody. Thank you very much for the invite. I feel very honored to be here right now.
Oh man, it's an honor to have you, man.
That's right.
We will we want to let you shout out your personal social medias like your Instagram, Facebook. How do they get in contact with you for those that are watching?
Okay, certain groups that I feel helped me tremendously in my social media stage are New Era 59 Fitted Hat Society that was started by Robert Martin. There's 10,000 members, and in my opinion, it's the greatest fitted hat group in the United States of America. And then from there, I would say Den of Souls. It's a sneaker group that Marvin Eve started. We are very good friends. He's an excellent ambassador for the sneaker culture, and I cherish his friendship. And then
Facts.
I would say Sneaker OGs. It's a group specifically for OGs in the game. It's done by Keith Walker, who I've been friends with on social media for quite some time. And then, of course, without question, is Soul Firm. I am one of the original 5 founding members of the Soul Firm. I was told by Retro OG that he was creating the group before it even hit social media. So my standing in the sneaker society would not be where it is today without that group. And then from there, I would say Lost Lost Nation of Souls. That's a group where Jeremy Layson is the founder. He is in charge of Layson Kicks. He is one of the best custom sneaker people in the entire country. I highly
Facts.
recommend people looking him up and checking out his catalog. He does fantastic work, and I would recommend him highly to anybody who wanted to do custom shoes. From there, I would say another hat group is New Era Collectors Club. That's a relatively new group that I got into, and there's some very nice people in there, and we share our loves for fitted hats. And then there's another hat group, Fitted Mafia. That's a group that just started recently. They only have about 300, 400 members. And if you like hats, that's definitely a group to try and check out because they have all the latest hats. And it's an excellent group. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that from New Era 5950 that Pierre Morin won the 2020 Hat Collectors Championship. This is a guy that is a phenomenal ambassador for the hat culture. He has a totally ridiculous collection, and he is a very worthy winner for that championship. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for him, and it was well deserved. And
Facts.
last but not least, I would say Monday Midsole. I'm friends with all the 5 founding members of that podcast. I'm very close with Kevin, Buckeye City Soul.
Yes, sir.
Marcus Jackson is a close personal friend of mine, along with the other members that participate in that podcast. It's one of the dopest shoe podcasts in the entire country.
Amen.
So I would highly recommend that to anybody who wants to be informed with the way the sneaker culture is going down in 2020. So, with that being said, feel free to fire away, and I'm ready.
All right, so I'm gonna jump in and ask the first question of the night. How long you been collecting sneakers, and any stories that you got into collecting shoes?
Well, I've been wearing shoes, I'd say, over 40 years, but unfortunately, at that time, there really wasn't much to choose from. I wore Converse, I wore whatever my parents basically bought me. Leather Converse, the original white shoe with the star in the middle.
Yes,
I
sir.
got into feelers. Feelers were very popular in New York. The generic feelers, not any signature shoe. And the original Puma Clydes. the gray with the black stripe on the side.
Hmm.
I started wearing those, and then from there it took off where Nike got a little more sophisticated. I would say in the early to mid 80s where they developed some basketball shoes. Pippen wore his models. J Kidd had the shoe with the big circle on the side, and I just wore anything Nike basketball, the Air Flights. But then, as far as that was just being a fan, when I made a conscious decision exactly in 1988 to become a shoe collector. And I chose Nike and Jordan brand because speaking for myself, I felt those were the dopest shoes. And anybody who lives in New York knows white on white Air Force Ones never go out of style.
The Harlems.
And
That's
also
nationwide.
and also Tim's. Sometimes people make fun of Tim's. They think it's played out. I'd love to see somebody come to an inner city in New York and tell people that are wearing weak Timbs that it's a played out shoe.
That's all you're gonna see on your head.
They'd be either in the hospital or they'd be dead because those are two iconic shoes that you don't make fun of in New York.
And ain't
You
gonna
don't make
never go
fun
out of
of
style.
uptown. You don't make fun of
The Euro
uptowns,
hiker.
and you don't make fun of Timberlands. And then I would say '88 was the year where I said I'm going to be a collector. And then it just took off from 1988 up until today.
So in '88, you grabbed you a pair of them threes, huh?
Threes and 11s are like 1 and 1A in my collection. There's no words to describe how much I feel about those two Jordan models. Then after that, the third favorite is the fours, and then probably the sixes, and then the 12s and the 13s. But I have Jordans from ones to 15. I'm kind of late to the party with ones. I'm embarrassed to say I only have about 10 pairs, but in the beginning they hurt my feet, so I wasn't too thrilled about buying them. But now they seem to be making the midsole a little more comfortable, so I'm starting to get more and more into buying Jordan ones. But threes, the very first shoe I ever purchased, 100% was True Blue threes.
Facts.
That was the first three I ever bought.
That's what's up.
And then I circled back to get other threes, obviously, when I had more knowledge of the sneaker game.
Well, you
Nice.
fall right in line with us, man. We're all three, fans of threes, fours, and 11s here too. So
Yes, sir.
There's no
Yes, sir.
words to describe 11s, 3s, and 4s in my sneaker collection. It's and 6s. And I'd be remiss, again, if I didn't mention how important foam posits were in New York. A lot of people today feel like it's a dead shoe, and I have a very easy explanation for that. The last 5 years, Nike decided to come up with some ridiculously stupid colorways, and then they decided to make the shoe $230, which made it worse. Back in the day, when foam posits were say 130 to 190, New York was, along with Washington D.C. and Baltimore, were probably the three main areas for foam posits. And I've post foams now. And another problem is there's really no sneaker history right now. The culture's getting much younger, and younger kids really don't care about sneaker history. They make fun of Air Force Ones, they make fun of foams, they troll a lot of shoes that unfortunately they just don't have the knowledge that goes behind the shoe. So I try and ignore that because I'm very short. I have a lot of time having patience with stupidity. So I basically try and ignore anything that I feel is a very ignorant statement, and I just keep it moving.
That's the best thing to do. Ignore the
I'm telling you.
stupidity, man.
Man,
You
They
gotta
say the
do that on a daily basis.
they say the best response is silence, man.
Right,
The
right, right.
Facebook is full of trolls and young kids that want to post negative comments, and a lot of my sneaker groups. There's thousands of people that never post a shoe, but as soon as they don't agree with you, they want to come on the page and criticize you, troll you, and rank you out. So that's another problem on Facebook.
Yeah.
Instagram, I feel, is a much more mature adult forum, and I basically have zero problems on Instagram. Facebook, I would say 20% sometimes gets into a negative situation, but I want to make it clear I've met a lot of very nice people from Facebook, and I have friendships that I never would have if it wasn't for the sneaker culture.
Amen to that.
Right, right, right.
man. Hey,
I
what's
mean
up,
that
Juggernaut of
proof.
Souls?
That's right. And proof of that's right here on this panel. What do you think about how many different places we are? You know what I'm saying? Coming together, one side. You know, one common ground.
I
So
know Ian for quite a long time. He was in Soul Firm, and
What's up, Sean?
and we uh, and we share each other's posts here on a regular basis here and there.
yeah, I was
What's up,
telling them.
Junior boy?
I was talking to them earlier. What's up, Junior? How you doing? I was telling them earlier that I didn't realize that you were in the original five, but that does make sense because it was like you and Marcus and CJ and a couple other people. Um, but I know I was in there when it was like less than 100. You know, we were trying to find a cover photo and all this stuff. You know, that's been like crazy years ago. It doesn't even seem
Yeah,
that long.
Soul Firm's been on social media for quite a long time, and I'm very faithful to the group. Marvin Eves and Tyrone Simon are more or less the admins, day-to-day admins on Facebook. So I chop it up with them, and if there's any problems or if they need any suggestions, they hit me up, and we speak on it, and we try and make the Facebook page as popular as it can be.
Yeah, no, it's grown quite a bit over the years, that's for sure.
All right, anybody on the panel want to jump into a question?
Hey, I got a
Yeah,
quick question
yeah,
for you.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, since we was
No,
talking
no,
about the,
no, no,
you was
no.
talking
You go
about,
ahead.
since we were talking about '88. Right now, what's the oldest shoe in your collection that you bought from a retail store that you still have in your possession?
The oldest shoe I have,
What's up, Philip?
uh, I had the 2002 olive nines, but unfortunately they blew up from dry glue.
Man, that's an excellent shoe right there.
I had two
Fire shoe.
pairs, and in New York at the time, the fad was dyeing the whole shoe black. So I bought two pairs. They were $70 clearance. I
That's
kept one.
crazy.
I kept one as is, and I dyed the other one all black. Unfortunately,
That's crazy. I took a
they
pair of
blew up.
those. I took a pair to the computerized cobbler when I was in high school, olive nines, and got them all dyed all black back in the
I had
'90s.
the original True Blue threes that first came out, but unfortunately, last year I tried them on,
Crumble.
and the shoe just totally blew up on my feet where it disintegrated. So it was not worth trying to salvage.
Right, right.
So I had to get rid of it. Another shoe which I laugh at are the Wheat 13s. How people are spending $400-500 in New York. That was one of the biggest Jordan flops in the history of sneakers. They couldn't give that shoe away when it first came out for free. I went to a local store in Brooklyn. I copped it for $70. Now the shoe is going for $400-500. So that just goes to show you how it is with sneaker prices.
Definitely need them olive nines back.
And them charcoal nines.
Oh yeah, yeah. I need them. Man, them
Hey,
were
it
my
ain't,
So
it ain't the
favorite.
O2 pair.
You know
It
what's
ain't.
crazy though? I had dyed mine because my olive it had a stain on there. So one of my football partners, he had got his football cleats, customized black. And I went to the place that he went to and got my shoes all refixed. They look brand new. But that I didn't
I
know it was
had
a
the
fad in New York.
I had the original bread sixes, and the first day I wore them, unfortunately, some guy in the subway crushed the toe box. So I wasn't as adept at cleaning and fixing shoes as I am today. If it happened recently, I would have been able to do it with no problem. But unfortunately, the the, uh, the damage was too extensive, so I just gave it to a friend, and I forgot about it. And then I made sure, of course, I got all the retros that came out after that.
Go ahead, diverse.
I'll say that's crazy that y'all both dying them like that, and it was a fad. And like I say, that I never heard of that, but I did have a homeboy. It's crazy you were saying that because back in '96, yeah, 90 was it '96 when the Concorde dropped. 95, 96. Anyway, yeah, somewhere in there. I was in high school. But anyway, he spilled Kool-Aid on his Concords and he dyed the top of it black. And that was like 2 or 3 weeks before these Space Jams dropped. So everybody was like,
Right.
"Oh, bro, where'd you get those?" And I remember I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna find me a pair." And to this day, I've never done it, which I don't know why. But I
At
was like,
one
"Man, I'm gonna do that."
at one time, I was so far ahead of certain things when Gel Toe Adidas first came out in New York and Pro Model Adidas I used to hoop in. They only came out in white with three black stripes. So I was young at the time, 14 years old or so. So I said to myself, these three black stripes are boring. I'm going to go to a paint store. I'm going to get some red and blue paint, and I'm going to get a very fine paintbrush. And I'm going to paint these black stripes red, blue, and red, or blue, red, and blue, whatever I did. Wouldn't you know, the following year, Adidas brought out red and blue striped Pro Model Adidas to wear for basketball after I already did it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, you got to see that too. Even now, like with the customizing world, in the sneaker game, that they're taking cues from these customizers to an extent. But I mean, I wish they'd hire some of them. You know what I'm saying? Like we get maybe some more creative colorways or different little tweaks that they do that the customizers are doing. Maybe they should be a retail pair. But hey, that's the love. That's the fun of it. You know what I'm saying?
And then being in all these sneaker groups, I'm constantly hearing from people that they're tired of taking L's on all these apps. So that comes down to how much they want to spend resell to cop shoes. So all the Travis Scott shoes are dope. I mean, they're fantastic shoes, but probably 90% of the people don't get them retail. So they're spending anywhere from 600 to 1500 for a $220 shoe, which I'm a middle class man and nobody loves sneakers more than I do, but I have limitations on how much I want to spend for a pair of shoes.
Hey, a pair of shoes is only worth how much a person gonna pay for it.
Right. Exactly. That's funny because that was a topic we had a couple weeks back, and my personal opinion is that if people would stop paying such outrageous resale prices, then it would drop. I understand the resale game; it's always going to be there, but the prices would drop a little bit, at least a little bit, on if everybody would quit, basing. Oh, I'm gonna sell mine because this is the market price, But
Well,
you still,
I
but
when
hope the prices
Adidas
go up.
when Adidas Yeezys first came out, the first 2 years, there was a tremendous amount of high resale for them. So all the Asians in New York had like a ton of family members copping all the shoes, and they were selling like 90% of them for resale. Of course, people buy Yeezys and wear them, but I'm saying the first couple of years, it was mainly a resale shoe. Then when Adidas made the shoe a little more plentiful where people can cop them at a much easier pace, the resale to me has died down a little bit. I mean, it still exists, but it's not the way it was, say, the first couple years that they came out.
We're gonna get
Facts.
into some
That's a
pictures
fact.
right here. We see that you got a few pictures over on on the Lids website, and we're gonna want to get into that right here. If you want to
Okay.
take us through there, this I pulled up one of them.
Okay. This first of all, the way this all started was Lid's Instagram page hit me up in my DM, and they said that they liked my posts and the fact that it's obvious that every shoe has a matching hat. They were interested in using a couple of my posts for their company. So they asked me permission first before they did it, which I said okay. And then through the serious part of the pandemic, it took a while. And then they decided they were going to use this picture. And there's one other picture with Fairfax Sevens with three different Miami Heat hats. They decided to choose. Yeah, there you
Mm-hmm.
go.
Yep.
They they decided to use these two pictures. So much to my surprise, they used this picture specifically for a worldwide online email to everybody who shops and buys Lids hats online where they don't buy it as a walk-in purchase. So the day they used this picture, I was getting hit up by 10, 20, 30 people saying, "We know this is your photo. Do you know that Lids is using your picture?" So I said yes. I gave them permission to do so, but I never dreamed in a million years that it was going to be a worldwide photo for the whole world to use to cop online hats. So, so I was very honored that they did that. And then down the road, they gave me a coupon to purchase some hats. I'm a little embarrassed to say what the amount was. Let's just say I thought it would be a little higher than what I actually got,
Hey,
and just
something's
leave
better
it.
than nothing. Sometimes it's
Yeah,
always that's the start of it.
the amount is better than zero. So it was a nice gesture, but I honestly expected it to be a much higher amount.
All right, we're gonna get into a few more kicks and hats and kick combos with you right now. Also, while we right here,
Yeah,
and you
this
want
one
to
is one of my favorite combos because the Animal Instincts, that's another shoe people trashed because they made so many pairs that people have the idea in their head that the shoe was a flop. Just because it goes to clearance doesn't mean they didn't sell a lot of pairs. It just means that they overmade the shoe and they basically had to get rid of it. So I like this post because it took me a while to find that exact hat to go with that shoe. And as you can see, it's 100% perfect match.
Yeah, that
yes,
So
is.
sir, yes, sir.
I couldn't have done a combo any better for that particular shoe.
Yeah, that did. That nailed it.
All right, we gonna get into.
This one, I'm a diehard Knicks fan, but I do root for LeBron James because unfortunately the Knicks are irrelevant team wise. So I need something positive to keep me going through the basketball season.
Man,
So I've been following LeBron James ever since he came into the NBA, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Someday the Knicks might have a relevant team, but I don't think I'm going to be around to see it. So, you know, hopefully things will change. But I do love that combo also.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the dope combo right there.
and that's another thing too. To mention. I know you mentioned it earlier in the interview, but it's not exclusively just Jordan. It's Jordan and Nikes. And like I say, I've been watching you drop, Air Max, LeBrons, numerous models of Air
Yeah,
Maxes.
I have extensive I have a LeBron collection. I have Pippins. I have
Barkley,
Barclays.
yeah, Barkley. I just about to say I've been watching it for years. So yeah,
I have my foam posit collection. I have at least 25 pairs of foams. Uh, Air Max. I can't even count. I might have 60, 70 pairs, 60, 70 pairs of Air Max. I started wearing Air Max whenever the Volt 95s first came out, the very first pair. That's when I started wearing Air Max. A lot of people are getting into Air Max now, the last 2 or 3 years, but I've been on Air Max from day one. So I wear ones, 90s, 95s, 97s, and 98s. I don't wear the 270s, and I don't wear the Vapor Max. Vapor Max is popular,
yeah,
but I'm just not feeling the shoe.
me either.
And you want to elaborate on this combo right here? This one is a perfect match also.
This combo is the Air Max 90, purple and aqua, and right away I knew that I had to get an Arizona Diamondbacks hat to match that, which I have God knows how many Arizona Diamondback hats. So the matching was no problem for this one. And the response was an excellent response. Now, this one might possibly be my all-time favorite combo. So that's saying a lot because I feel this shoe, hands down, my opinion only, this shoe is definitely going to be top 5 for 2020. That's my opinion. Because if you calculate the popularity of Air Max, and regardless if the shoe was an easy cop, I don't care about that. The bottom line is the shoe is just so dope. And that Tampa Bay Rays hat fits perfectly with that shoe.
Yeah, it does.
All right, we're gonna get into the last one right here. Speaking, we was just talking about this shoe.
There you go. True Blue 3s. Definitely in my top 10 shoes of all time. I had 3 pairs at one time. I don't have 3 now. Like I told you, one blew up. But I have 2 pairs. That hat, Montreal Expo hats, I love their hats because obviously they're not in Major League Baseball anymore. So that logo is still a very popular logo because the team is not in existence anymore. So I felt that was a good go-to hat for that particular shoe.
I wonder how many people actually know what team. I mean, I know everybody here of age, but I wonder how many people actually know what team that is. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not being around anymore.
Especially like wearing that
if they
Houston
don't,
Oilers hat also.
That's what I'm saying. That is a dope combo. I mean, it's a just enough red to bring in the red, the blues. I mean, that's a perfect combo.
Facts.
a lot of people don't even know the Oilers logo with the big oil well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of people that, I mean, I've been wearing hats for at least 33 years to match my collection. But unfortunately, in the beginning, I'm a little ashamed to say this, but snapbacks were a little more prevalent 35 years ago than they are now. Fitted hats took over the game now, but in the
100%.
very embryo stages, people just wanted dope hats to match their starter jackets and their jeans and their kicks. They didn't care if it was a snapback. Now, I would say I had about 150 snapbacks. They're in a container, and I don't wear them anymore because the hat groups that I'm in, it's a cardinal rule not to post snapbacks, so I don't. So I'm currently at my lowest amount ever in hats. I only have like 1,100 hats. That's not really that much.
He said only 11.
I've had
that again
I've
so
had
folks didn't hear you.
I've had about
Man,
24. I've had about 2,500 hats. But if anybody knows about living in New York, we don't all own homes, and we don't all have man caves, and we don't all have room to use containers for our shoes. So my shoes are all in the original boxes. So hat wise, I was running out of space to keep my hats. So when I was in the post office over 10 years, I gave a coworker that wears 7 5/8, which is my hat size.
my
I
size.
gave him 800 to 900 hats for free. He was so embarrassed that he wanted to give me money, but he basically got $24,000 worth of hats for like $600. I didn't even want to take the money because I really didn't care about the money. But just to make him feel good, I took the money. But the bottom line is he has about a $24,000 hat collection, and he didn't spend a dime. And then my collection right now, I'd say is between 1,000 and 1,100, which I'm going to build it up, but I'm going to do it gradually because it feels awkward to have that little amount of hats.
That little. I'm looking over there and I got like 30 hats and
Man,
you know, but that's dope. I mean, that is yeah. Hey,
It's
go ahead.
it's funny how something that you just like, that basically is a hobby, eventually turns into a lifestyle. I
facts.
mean, wearing purchasing hats and kicks basically changed my entire life. I had women that I dated, especially in New York. They get annoyed when you're not spending the money on them. When they see what you own, they wonder why. Like, where's this money going? So there was one woman that, I guess she was out of her mind. She said to me, "I think you should stop collecting sneakers. Don't you think you have enough shoes?"
Man,
So
Out of her mind. Key word.
I had the perfect response for her. I said to her, "I collected sneakers before I met you, and I'm going to collect sneakers after I met you. So
man.
if you feel you have a problem with that, then you might have to go look for somebody else."
Let me open the door for you.
Hey,
There you go.
I saw a post one time about somebody said, "Man, all that money you spent on shoes, you could have bought a Ferrari." And then the person turned around and says, "Hey, do you have all those shoes?" And they're like, "No." Well, where's your Ferrari? You know,
Man,
where's
man.
Yeah,
your Ferrari?
a lot of people tell me that they don't use the word Ferrari, but I have a lot of clothes, I have a lot of jewelry, I have regular dress shoes, which people find hard to believe, and and I spend money in all different areas. So I do the best I can with the money I have, but you got to understand the sneakers. That's basically a 35-year collection, so it doesn't happen overnight. You
Man,
don't just develop hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shoes in like 1 year. It takes time. That's what I tell people because people are always trying to make me give them numbers. I hate doing that. I'm not a counter. I don't feel an amount makes you happy in the culture. I don't care if you have 50 hats or you have 5,000 hats. As long as you're happy, that's what counts. Same thing is true for sneakers. If you have 50 sneakers and you rotate them and you feel good about it, who cares about someone that has 5, 6, 700 pairs of shoes? You just got to live. You got to live your own life.
do what you
Oh
And
Your
gotta
man,
do.
own life. Your own life.
I hope everybody was listening right then, boy. You know, that's, kicked it to him
Man,
right there.
man.
Dropping them
ama-
gems on you.
That's right.
amounts do not make you a sneakerhead or a hat head. It's only relative to what you can do for yourself, and that's how people should live. You don't have to go max out a credit card
To live on for the
because
Joneses.
Joe Blow's copping every release, and you
Joe
feel
Blow.
pressure to buy shoes.
Man,
That's just not the way you should live.
Do you?
Joe
All my
Bleezy.
shoes are cash money. I don't have no credit cards. Everything is straight up cash.
Straight up cash, homie.
Scared
And
money, scared money makes no money.
There you go. Age
there you
old
go.
saying.
Somebody on the panel want to jump into a question?
Uh, I had one. Let me pull back up the.
What's what's the
I
dopest
got one
sneaker
for you. Oh, go
of
ahead.
this
Go ahead.
year? I know you said the Galaxy 90s, but what's the hottest Jordan of the year to you right now? We almost at the end of the year.
I didn't.
Great
I
question.
didn't really understand what you said.
I know you said the Air Max 90, the Galaxy 90s was your top five of the year, but what's your top Jordan of the year?
Oh, anybody who knows me, I mean, Ian knows the answer without me even saying it.
Conroe.
Concord 11s are the greatest shoe ever made in sneaker history. It's Tinker
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Hatfield's favorite shoe. It's Tinker Hatfield's favorite shoe, and it's my shoe. And I'll give you an example of how I feel about this shoe. About 10 years ago, there was a fire in a building next door to my building, and the fireman came and knocked on my door and said, I have to go out and go outside. You know what I did? I ran to my row of 11s where
And
I know
grab it.
all the 11s are. I took the 5 pairs of Concord 11s.
He said 5 pair.
I
Hey,
have five
that's the
different
best
pairs of
shit.
Concord 11s, 5 pairs. I threw them in a laundry
Gone.
bag.
It's great shit right there.
I threw them in a laundry bag and I went outside while the house was on fire. Not my house. The house next door was on fire. And I had the laundry bag full of Concord 11s.
And Ricky Retro, he said, but which Jordan this year that came out
Yeah.
is your best Jordan of the year?
Okay, wow, that's rough. I'd say the UNC threes, uh, the Red All Stars, which people are trashing because they made so many pairs, so people are making fun of it. I have the Animal Instinct
Facts.
2.0s, which I think is a dope shoe. Unfortunately, there's a lot of ignorant people that don't like the shoe. And I'd have to throw in the Flint 13s only because it took so long for the shoe to come out. I have 3 different pairs of Flint 13s. 2002, which is still in good condition that I can actually wear. 2010, and I have the new pair that came out, and I haven't even worn it yet. It's on ice. And ones, like I said, I'm late to the party, but I am totally in love with the Fearless ones.
Yeah.
That's a hey. Slept on pair.
What
Yeah,
fearless ones?
The men or the women one?
the men that the shoe was all patent leather.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
red,
Oh,
white, and
okay.
okay.
blue.
Yeah, the girl shoe I couldn't care less about, to be honest with you.
So when you said something about 2002, I got the 2002 Flint Grade Nines dead stock. What you think about them? Oh, you
Mm.
remember them?
The
Right
cool
off the
gray
head?
nines. Cool gray nines.
No, the Flint Grade
Flint
Nines.
gray. Flint gray.
Flint gray nines. Why
I
is
got
that causing a block in my head?
They got a little
I
bit
got
of navy blue on them.
Flint gray nines.
Yeah, kind of like the Flint 7. It's got that weird color. I drew a blank there for a minute too.
I only have cool gray nines. I don't have any Flint nines.
As soon as he bring them, it's
oh my
going
god.
that memory going trigger.
I can't even place that shoe, to be totally honest with you.
It's still ain't about
This the
the
one. This
finishing.
this it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that shoe. Yeah, I had that shoe, and like a moron, I sold it. I should have kept it, and I got rid of it. I had that shoe when it first came out. but I sold a lot of shoes.
Oh we.
I sold a lot of shoes because I needed some. That shoe's dope.
That's
I
Yeah,
have that.
that
fire.
leather on there is so nice.
That
Yeah, I
is
have that.
Still
I
got the
had that
finish
shoe.
line.
Is that like a low 9 or
Oh,
that's a
and
long?
that's my size. Oh my God, man,
Well, if
man.
you ever
Oh,
want
what
to,
124?
if you ever want to help me get a pair of shoes, I'm just putting it out there. I'm a size 12.
Sounds
Me
good.
too. Me too, OG
Yes.
Rick. I'm size 12.
Hey, I'm a
Man.
size 8. Y'all want to send me something? You know, hey, Merry Christmas over here. You know what I mean?
Size
Man.
8.
Yeah.
You could go to the kiddie section.
Hey, I'm a little tight. Hey, I'm in the husky section. I ain't in the kids.
You know, I'm
He
6'2". I'm 6'2". I'm 215, so I'm definitely not a size 8.
Yeah, it's like I'm a
Man.
husky, bro. I'm a husky. I ain't no slims over here.
No, I know that. I'm just
I'm
kidding around.
I am too, brother. It's all love.
Yeah.
But no,
So
I
when
mean,
I put this on, it's gonna come apart. You think?
And they never had you ever had a foot in it?
Nah.
Hey.
Well, I wore them. They were in perfect condition.
somebody
but
told me.
They
Somebody told
they
me
gonna
you
get
can
on
take.
bro.
Somebody told me you can take dead stock shoes from like 5+ years and put them in like near a humidifier, and it'll help bring the glue back. And then you gotta bend it a few times before you you know what I'm saying, put it on to give that make it flex and let the glue
well,
spread.
I'm too,
I would
I'm
say
too
wear
lazy
careful,
for that.
June. Wear with
I'm too
caution.
lazy for that. I can't do that stuff.
Yeah, but I
They
just say,
say
for anybody who's listening, I've been trying to get pointed because I got some older stuff that I'm scared to put on. I'm scared, like you said earlier, it's going to disintegrate on me and all that. We'll see, but I'm gonna try the humidifier because I have one.
It can't hurt. I just wear everything. If it falls apart, it falls apart. I don't care. I mean,
yeah, it's just shoes.
The fun is wearing your shoes. That's another thing I don't like. People on social media bragging about how many DS shoes they have. First of all, in New York, we don't even use the term DS. I didn't even hear about that term until I got on social media. We don't even say that. We just say we have shoes we didn't wear before. I mean,
still new.
No one's walking around saying,
brand
"Yeah,
new.
I got
brand new."
brand new." I know it sounds simple, but people in New York don't walk around saying, "Yeah, I got 50 pairs of DS shoes." We don't talk like that. That's not the way it is. And I also want to make it clear that we're talking about Nike and Jordan brand. I want to make it crystal clear that a lot of neighborhoods in New York, no matter what borough it is, Jordans are not really a big deal. There's a lot of shoes that people wear over Jordans. They wear Iversons. They still wear Feelers. Everybody wears Air Force Ones. They wear Kamikazes. Kamikazes, believe it or not, are very popular. And there's a lot of different shoes people rock on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I chose to pick Nike and Jordan brand, but there's tons of people that don't even wear Nike at all. They don't even wear Jordans. They wear all different shoes. They wear New Balance. They wear Asics. I mean, I haven't seen anybody in the street wearing Asics, but, it's a popular shoe.
Yeah, you see it down here in this area, Atlanta area. But yeah, I mean, definitely. I know that. I guess I would say regional thing, or but it's a lot more widespread now than it used to be. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you got like me growing up. I was the same way. I had Adidas. I had Feelers. I had the Tonics. I had K-Swiss. I had all that. Reeboks and all that. But now it's just I'm like you. I lean towards nothing but Nikes and Jordans. I mean, I got a few pairs of Chucks. I got the polo boots. I got the Sperry's. And Tim's. But my collection as far is Nike.
No matter how dope Akeem Olajuwon was, there was no way I was putting the Tonics on my feet. That was not going to happen.
But you know what, though? I didn't wear the big high top of Tonics. I don't know if you remember the low top that had like the Z on the side and the Tonic was written.
Yes,
that's the one. And it came in every color. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that looks a little better.
Right, that's what I had. I had like all the suede ones and everything. the Fila street ball, the black suede boot. I mean, I had all that growing up.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I love feelers. I wore a lot of feelers before I decided to go into one brand. Feelers in New York are still popular. The
yeah,
Grant Hill shoes in Brooklyn was totally insane. Before he got into his injury prolonged career and he was a superstar, everybody in New York was buying Grant Hill feelers.
Man.
I got a question for you, Ricky Retro.
Yeah.
So since Flight Club New York opened up in New York back in the day, when it first opened up, how did you feel? Did you feel like it was a good thing or a bad thing when Flight Club New
Well,
York opened up one of the consignment stores?
anybody who's in the sneaker game knows eventually consignment was going to happen, and Flight Club was one of the first stores to get into that business. And I sold a lot of shoes to Flight Club. I sold all my duplicates when the 2009 Space Jams came out. I think they were like $190 if I remember correctly. I bought 2 pairs day one. I ran to Flight Club, and within 5 seconds, this guy was waiting online for them, and he wanted them, and he was my size. I sold them on the spot for $600. 6 bills. You got to understand, 2009, that was a lot of money.
hell yeah.
Of course, man.
You know,
Especially for a shoe.
it might not be a lot of money now, but 2009, I was happy because they took out their
Still a lot of money.
percentage. I got $480 cash.
There's nothing wrong with that. The same day service too. Come on.
Well, the guy copped it that day, but
Well, yeah. I mean,
Flight
I'm just saying, same day service for getting your payout come, but
Flight Club does their payouts every Tuesday. They make you come down for a check. Payday is Tuesdays in Flight Club. Stadium goods, I feel the prices are much higher than Flight Club.
Man, ridiculous.
I don't particularly care for stadium goods. I don't go there. I've bought shoes in Flight Club, but whatever I bought was close to retail. The most I ever spent on a pair of shoes was $325.
You got a strict budget there.
Which ones was those?
That was these foam posits that I'm going to show you in a few minutes because I didn't cop them right away.
Also, I've been following you. Didn't you mention of a shoe store that just opened up in New York?
Yes, JD Sports. It's a European store brand that took over Finish Line. So all Finish Lines are under the brand name of JD Sports. I went in there the other day. It's on the corner of 42nd Street and Broadway. I'd lost my mind. I wish I had like a lot of money on me at the time, but I didn't. They restocked almost every Jordan that came out this year.
Oh,
I mean, it was just totally bananas.
Oh, you know what? I seen that too. I seen that on Instagram. The opening.
Yeah,
of
they
that
pick
store.
certain weeks.
Right.
They pick
Times
certain
Square,
weeks to restock certain shoes. So when I walked in there, everybody's going crazy for those Citrus 90s that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
They had them on the wall. The guy goes, "You want a pair?" I said, "Well, no, not today, but I'm going to cop them." He goes, "Well, we got tons of them, so just come back. Don't worry about it."
Crazy.
Yeah, that store, if you're ever in New York, that's definitely a store to go check out.
JD Sport.
Yeah, it's an excellent store.
Yeah, because they had a lot. Then they had a grand opening, right?
Yeah, they had the grand opening, and then for like a week, they restocked certain shoes, and then the following week they restocked another batch of different shoes, and they just kept doing restocks every week for like the first 3 weeks. And it was a lot of shoes probably that people didn't have.
Man.
So, like the Laker 12s, the black with the gold, not the gold, the yellow, the black and yellow 12s. I
Oh
want to
yeah,
get
yeah.
those. Yeah, I
Them
don't
gold
have those,
Converse.
but that'll go good for
It's
Lakers
for
stuff
Steelers.
or Steelers. I'm a Raider fan, so I wouldn't be posting any any Steelers stuff.
That's
I've
like
been
me with
rooting for
some
the
K.
Raiders for over 40 years.
Yeah,
Just win,
y'all
baby.
y'all about to play right now in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they kick their ass and beat them 2 times in 1 year, but most likely it's not going to happen. But you never know. The Raiders might play over their head
Who they
and
playing?
Yeah,
Chiefs.
yeah, the
and beat them
Chiefs.
2 times in 1 year.
Yeah, this is a division game, so you never know.
Yeah, big game right here.
Well, the
Yes,
Chiefs
sir.
are butt hurt because the Raiders drove the bus around the entire
A
stadium. They
victory
did a
lap.
lap.
Yeah. Hey, Coach Reed was hot.
Yeah, he was pissed off, and that's why I like Gruden so much. He's like a little kid. He just brushes everything off like it's no big deal.
Like, come on, man. Next question.
You
Right.
know, like they pounded the Raiders way before Mahomes got there. They beat the Raiders almost every time they played him. So of course the Raiders are going to be happy when they beat the Chiefs. They hate each other.
KC gonna win in a blowout. Jason said
Who's going to win in the blowout?
the
KC.
Chiefs.
Yeah, they probably will, but I don't care. We beat them once. I don't care. That's good enough.
Not 2 in a year, huh? Ain't gonna happen.
That's a be a
What's
tie
that?
in the division.
Yeah, I'm looking for the Raiders to sneak in as a wild card. You know, you never know.
If y'all win tonight, y'all might got action at the division because y'all will give the Chiefs both of their losses. And I
If
think
the
what y'all
Raiders
six
win,
and three.
yeah, 6-3. If the Raiders win tonight, I will be one very happy person.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
Raider
see
fans
where
going
the
crazy tonight. They win.
Oh yeah, and they
Chiefs
in
Raiders.
Vegas, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they play
All
at
right,
Vegas.
all right. Ricky Retro, I got a quick question for you. What's your top five Jordans?
Well, I gave Marcel the picture. I would start off with Concord 11s.
Oh, hold on.
Then
Let me
I
bring
gave him the picture, so it's right there. Because I knew I was going to ask this. I knew I was going to get asked this question.
Oh, that's one of the top 5 questions, huh?
Top five, yeah. People always ask me that, but I keep it simple and boring. I'm old school.
It's, hey,
I don't put
simplicity is not always boring though, because I mean, I can say I already know two of yours just from just watching over the years, but
yeah.
I don't I couldn't name the other three, but I always like I say that even though that's a very often asked question, man, it's always great to see people's answers because especially when it's like going to be a Concord 11. Black cement 3, a bread 1. You never know what's gonna be. Yeah, see, there you go.
There's the picture right there. It's Concord 11s, black and cement threes, bread fours, white and cement fours, and then I threw the bread 11s in there as like a 5B because I knew if I didn't put that shoe in there, people were going to have a heart attack because a lot of people prefer the bread 11s over the Concords. I don't, but my top three 11s, if you want to just break it down, are Concords, bread 11s, and Space Jams. And then the rest of them, they could fall whatever order people
So
want
this
to put them in.
so this picture is the home and aways playoffs.
There it is.
Yeah, I just grabbed 5 favorite shoes and put it on there. And those are the 6 shoes that I chose.
Can't go wrong with those.
No.
Ain't go
Everybody should
wrong with
have those.
those.
I
Everybody
need
need those.
I need the white cements. I got the free throw lines. I don't got the white cements though. I need those.
Yeah, I'm
I need
looking
the
for
white
the.
cement fours.
I want the 88s, and then I want the Walk of Fame.
Yeah, the 88s are the resale is insane. So I mean,
Yes.
Yeah,
it's a lot
crazy.
of money.
It's stupid, man. But it's a won't. We'll see. I got a feeling they'll end up dropping white cement threes with Nike Air on them in the next couple of years. So I might just hold out. I
Yeah,
ain't trying to spend that kind of money anyway.
I'm not going to spend $800 for a
No.
pair of
hey,
sneakers.
cause when they did the 88s, that was a limited release. Huh? That wasn't a
Yeah.
GR.
No, that was like when sneakers or whatever or
Yeah,
Nike.com
right.
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to do a general release of them bad boys. But
Hey,
Yeah,
with,
they,
Absolutely.
with the tongue, how the tongue is on the all red threes, how the leather overlaps. That's how I would like
Yes.
to see
Ooh, that'd be
see
yeah.
them. Yeah, that'd be real nice.
With the Nike Air, with the low cut elephant print, like man, come on, all that.
Butter.
you, you can't get a better shoe than black and cement threes.
Yeah,
man.
that's probably that's my number three. For me, my favorite Jordan is the Playoff 13, and then it's going to be the bread one, and then the black cement three.
That is
As far as the bread colorways. Now, my favorite
that
Jordan of all
is
time is white cement four.
that is so funny. You said playoff 13s because
Hmm.
I have about 25 pairs of 13s, and on my foot, the way it looks, that's my least favorite 13 in my collection.
I love that
It
shoe.
it just
Me too,
doesn't look
man.
good
I'm
on
with you,
my
diverse.
it doesn't
Yeah,
look good
that's
on my
fire.
feet.
See, and
The
So
I'm the
that
opposite.
bird's
See, I'm the
eye
opposite.
view.
I'm the opposite because like I had he got game 13s and I couldn't stand them on my feet. It just looked bulky.
Oh
So
no, you can't say that to anybody in Brooklyn. If you spit that and you live in Brooklyn, that's a cardinal sin. He
I mean, I
got
love the shoe. I love it. It's an insanely incredible, great looking shoe. But on my foot, it just looked weird. So, like I
he
said,
got
the
game
playoff.
he got game 13s in Brooklyn and specifically Coney Island. That shoe is beyond iconic just because of that movie. That movie basically made the whole shoe.
Yeah,
And if anybody doesn't know, the movie basically was made about Stephon Marbury.
Yes.
They just didn't want him to be in the movie, so they picked Ray Allen. But that was basically the whole movie was about him.
Man, I never knew that. I'm gonna go watch it
I didn't.
again
I didn't either.
from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Now.
that's one thing I say. Always dropping knowledge on here. You always learn something new.
Drop it, man. You
Ma-
always
Ma-
learn something new.
Marbury went to Spike Lee at the time when he was making the movie, and he said he wanted to play the Ray Allen part, and Spike Lee basically told him to get lost. That he wasn't going to do that. I mean, Marbury in Brooklyn is, no matter what people think about him, no matter how many people don't like him, Marbury is one of the greatest New York ball players in the history of basketball. And I'm not saying he's top 5, but I'm saying he is very revered in Brooklyn and New York City, regardless if the rest of the country can't stand him.
Yeah, he played my high school. I think he was his name. His high school was Lincoln, also, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he played our high school in a tournament or something in like 94, 95, if I'm not mistaken.
When he went to when he went to Georgia Tech and they played Georgetown in the Garden, I lost my mind. I got tickets 4 rows off the court,
Man.
and everybody behind me, the 5th row was all NBA scouts, was sitting behind me. There was Jerry West was there. There was just a ton of NBA scouts watching this one game. And, of course, in college, Georgetown wore Jordan brand, and Iverson's favorite shoe was Concord 11s,
Mm.
which a lot of people don't realize.
That's crazy.
Another thing people don't realize is that Royal Foams, the first foam that came out, the first person to wear the shoe wasn't Penny Hardaway. It was Mike Bibby and Miles
Yep.
Simon.
Yeah, for the
They-
Bobcat, Arizona.
They wore it in the Arizona championship game, and they were the first people to wear the shoe. And then
remember
it
that.
came out that Penny was very pissed off that somebody else wore the shoe before him.
Man.
I remember them wearing that too, Rick. Man, them things was fire on TV. I remember seeing them things gleaming down the
When you
court because
first
you
saw
know
that on TV, was that one of the dopest shoes you ever saw in your life?
I didn't know what I was looking at because I used to always look at every player's shoes as a kid. And I see that all blue hitting that court. Man, it was like candy paint running down the court.
That's my all-time favorite foam posit. I don't
Yeah,
care what color comes out.
yeah. I would say that's
I mean,
mine too.
I got them all anyway, so it don't matter. But the point is, that is one of my all-time favorite shoes. Period.
I remember
Well,
the advertisement, the Nike advertisement they had in the magazines with the shoes laying on the side. It was just
right.
a white picture and it had the blue on the side. Yeah, that man. I had that hanging up in my wall.
Man.
Yeah, I had all those pictures hanging up in my wall as a kid. That
a
was
lot
a
a
fire
lot of
shoe.
people a lot of people don't give the Fab Five credit for changing sneaker history because when they came on the scene, they were rocking the baggy shorts, they were rocking the black Nike socks, they were rocking the black Barclays. Jalen Rose was wearing high top Harachis. Nobody in the United States of America was wearing those shoes to play basketball. So although they lost two final game championships, the Fab Five had a big part to play in sneaker history.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. You're on mute. You're on mute.
They brought the black sweats out.
Say that
I
one more
mean the
time,
black
Ray.
socks. The black socks. Remember they start rocking the
Oh
black
yeah.
socks,
Oh yeah,
and
yes
then
sir.
The NBA, Michael Jordan and them start copying them. They start wearing the black socks in the playoffs. The Bulls.
Yeah, I wear black socks today because of the Fab Five. People make fun
Right.
of me. They're saying I'm wearing diabetic socks, but
Nah, man.
I mean
I ain't never heard that.
this is what
Some
I have to put up
niggas
with.
will, hey, they'll make fun about anything, boy.
Hey, I guess
Right.
I'm diabetic then because I got a drawer full of black socks.
Man, Nike,
I
Man.
got
Jordan.
I got like 100 pairs of Nike black socks. In the summertime, I wear them every single day. There's this one group. There's a lot of idiots in there that don't like me. And the guy goes, "Go take your black diabetic socks and get the fuck out of here."
Cold haters. He just hating.
Man,
Oh yeah,
man.
I have a lot of people on Facebook that don't like me, but to
Hey,
make that short, to make that short and sweet, they don't understand how New York people are, so that's why they don't like me. You know, some
Blunt and
dude
straight to
from
the point.
some dude like we're straightforward, blunt, and to the point, and we don't give vanilla answers. If you're gonna post a shoe and ask me if I like it, if I tell you I don't like it, and then after I say I don't like it, you call me an asshole.
man.
Then why'd you ask
Hey,
me?
hey, you know what's funny? Look, I remember that picture you posted with the having Nike Day Air Force Ones in the Marlins hat, and people were just livid that it wasn't a perfect match, like perfect color match. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but I mean, I did the best I could with
No,
that. If you saw,
I think you did. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing, I think what it was people were so used to seeing you have
perfection,
a perfect match, and then you did that, and then Lids used it, and it's
and
like,
then
wait a
I
minute,
stuck it up their ass. When Lids used the picture, I
right,
posted it in every
right.
sneaker group.
That's what I was saying. It was that picture. I remember that picture was like so
I
funny.
couldn't wait to post that picture in every sneaker group I'm in, and I just kept quiet. And I just said, well, I guess Lids thought it was a good picture because it's a worldwide email for online shopping.
That picture
So,
has
Man,
so much hate on it.
oh, people were hating that like crazy. You get people that they never post one post in the sneaker group, and then when you post something they don't like or they don't agree with, all of a sudden they come out of the woodwork and
Boy,
like 30 people start breaking on you.
yeah,
Meanwhile, nobody posts a damn shoe.
yeah. And you know what's crazy is like that's usually how it is in those comment sections. You see one jackass make a comment and then everybody piggybacks off of it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
Oh
just
yeah,
complimenting the
I could
shoe.
tell you a story I did about a month ago that the response was mind-boggling to the point where you want to talk about people hating. I did a post. Maybe I shouldn't have done it, but I took a picture of a guy on the subway wearing Adidas pants and Nike shoes.
I hate
So
that.
I posted, I'm not down with cross branding. If you're gonna wear Adidas pants, you're not supposed to wear Air Force Ones,
Yes.
Jordans, or Air Maxes.
Nothing.
As soon as I posted that in this one group, they just went totally berserk on me.
What age?
You're
What age bracket though? Had to be youngsters.
Now they were all different ages because this one particular group, I'm not going to say it on the air. 90% of the group hates me, and it's kind of like a regional thing. I can't say the region because then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But they basically just don't like New York people. So I said, look, you could do whatever you want, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to wear Nike track pants with foam posits, Jordans, or Air Force Ones.
Facts.
I'm just not going to do that. If you want to do it, fine, but I think it's whack. So as soon as I said it was whack, people just went totally ballistic on me.
I mean,
But
I'm
That's
with you,
whack.
bro. I think it's got to do with our age. I'm with you, man. I cannot stand that. I mean, it's just me personally, and then, like I say, it's just cringeworthy. But if it's the fact that you purposely went out and put on Adidas pants and a pair of Air Force Ones or J's, it's like the effort was put in to do it. But hey, to each his own. You know, I know there's stuff that I do that people don't like, and there's obviously things people do I don't like. So that's just the way the world is. But
needless,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
But
I
that's
can't stand it.
common sense, though, bro. I see it all the time, bro. With the black Adidas sweatsuits with the white stripes with Air Force Ones on, bro.
Yep.
Like, come on, man.
Yep.
Like, that is ridiculous.
And
Like,
then
there's white
might have on
Adidas.
a Puma hoodie or something with that. Like, come on, man, just all the way around.
Facts. Facts.
or wearing like Nike dry fit sweatpants with like Yeezys.
Man.
I mean, that's
Or
what
the Nike socks with the Vans.
Yeah,
Nike dry fit sweats that cost $110. They're wearing them with Yeezys.
yeah. I think that's like I say. I think that's a lot to do with our age. You know that we didn't come up in that era. You know, in that style. It was always Nike with Nike and Adidas with Adidas and so on and so forth. You know,
Had
So
to.
I
um,
think it's common sense.
Yeah.
yeah,
You don't have to
Yeah.
go on Jeopardy to realize that's really not a good move.
Facts.
You know,
very true.
it's just stupid.
I love it, and that's just straight to the point. I mean, for those of you listening, that's how we feel. You know, I'm sucking in that man.
And this is,
Facts.
and because I'm straightforward, this is why people hate me. Because they don't want to hear my opinion because I don't agree with them. But
Hey, everybody ain't gonna agree with everybody. That's what make us human. We all got a different opinion
Right,
on everything.
eighty
right.
percent of 80% of social media is very positive. So the 20% I can deal with. It's no big deal.
You can't
And it's
take it
probably got
personal.
fake page. Yeah, and they probably got a fake
Yeah,
page
they got their
anyway.
own issues going on. They probably don't event. They got their own issues. I wouldn't even take it
Oh yeah,
personal.
this one girl in one of the sneaker groups, she's just a straight up troublemaker. So I found out her burner accounts, and I blocked all her accounts. So there's no
Man,
way she can get in touch with me.
when
Who
you got to
makes a
go through
burner
the
account? You
right,
man.
Yeah, if
when
you're
you
going
got to
through
go
all
through the
that,
trouble,
you,
yeah, you got some,
hey, them
you
folks
got
like
issues.
Yeah, that's it. Them folks need to evaluate their own life before they, if
Right,
you have to have
definitely,
several accounts.
You
And
got
it's
too
definitely.
funny.
much time on
That's
their
funny
hands.
because I just made a post about that about people who get put in Facebook jail. I'm like, bro, I'm not accepting 19 freaking friend requests from you for all your accounts you
Yeah,
keep getting,
just
bro.
ride your time out, man.
Right.
The reason why I couldn't deal with this one particular woman is because she did a gigantic post saying Concord 11s are trash.
Wow.
So when she
She
when
was just
She's
she
bored.
smart.
She was
She's
just
smart.
bored, bro.
She wanted to mess with you purposely.
Right.
oh
She was
yeah,
just bored.
and I
Cause
let her have it. I called her every damn name in the book.
it's
Every
blasphemy, right?
every name in
uh,
the English in every name in the English language I called her that.
man.
Don't come in my group and rank out Concord 11s.
He said that's out. That's my number
But
one
you know what?
message.
That's just an idiotic statement to make. Period. You know what I'm saying?
He said he got like 8 of them joints.
You
Man.
know, that's like ranking out like saying that is like ranking out a family member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel about it.
Well, it'd be different if you were like speaking on some spin-off colorways like a motorsport four or like uh even okay, I'd even go as bold as to say even a Toro four, which is a great shoe. But some people hate it, some people love it, you know what I'm saying? So
People
I can
hate the
see if
more.
she would be like, oh, the Toro four is trash. Well, that's your opinion. But there's people out there that love that shoe. Me personally, I think it's a great shoe.
I think
I
the
think
I'm mad I
motorsport four. I
the
think the
Concord.
motorsport fours are dope
Yeah, right. No, I'm
because
saying
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. But that'd be a less of a bold statement to say, "Hey, the motorsport fours are trash." Okay, that's your opinion. But to say that about an iconic shoe like the Concorde, bro, come on,
The Concord
you just
11s got us
you
going to get
you're just
raffle
bored,
tickets now
right?
instead of
You
going to
can
the
wear that
store
with
and buying our
anything.
shoes. We used to go
Exactly.
to the store and
You
buy
know
our
how
Concord
many?
shoes, but
11,
when the
Concord 11
Concords
is a
came out,
very versatile shoe.
and then people bought the Mocha ones, all right, because it was an easier cop because it was basically a GR release. So a lot of people wanted to put the light pink laces on it, which I actually think it's a good idea. So now throughout all the sneaker groups, you got tons of people ranking them out, saying that the pink laces should only be for the Travis Scott ones. I mean, does it really matter what color laces you put on a pair of sneakers?
That
definitely
you
not.
bought.
Yeah,
Definitely not. You do what you
right,
want.
right.
Come on.
You buy them
I,
for me, you can tell me how
That
to
just
wear them.
shows the immaturity of some of these people's mental.
I
Oh,
agree
oh,
100%. I mean,
oh.
you're paying for it. Nobody's
Mm.
buying the shoes for you. If I want to put pink laces on it, I'll do it.
He about to
I
go
think
have
it's
me
a great
grabbing one.
idea.
He about to go have me grab my Toro for it.
Hey, obviously not because it's my pair, but I think I have one of the dopest colored laces in the Mocha ones that I've seen. And I have seen
Facts.
I saw like a amber gold color that they look really good in it. Like it was like a golden um I don't know how to describe like a tannish gold color.
Facts.
They look really good. And then I saw another pair that had baby blue and they look man, that shit changed my whole mind. Like them baby blue laces in there look
In
sick
the
Yeah,
mochas.
in
and
the mochas.
I can see that some baby
I
blue and
think
brown.
orange might look good in that too.
Orange might look good in that.
Man.
You know what? A dull orange too, not a real vibrant, bright,
Yeah,
just
not
not
yeah,
safety orange. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. No, that hey, but that baby blue when I saw it, I was like, oh man, that shit changed my whole attitude about it.
That sounds
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah,
Was it the laces from the
Man.
Obsidians?
I don't even know to be honest. I just saw a picture on the Instagram search. I'll be in the work truck and in between jobs, I scroll for a minute. You know what I'm saying, and
Yeah,
then
I
jump
got a
back out.
plaid shirt like that, man. It's like brown and a little baby blue in there. So
I
that's
got
why
an
it
old
popped up in
Echo.
my head.
I got an old Echo shirt somewhere that's brown and it's got a baby blue skull on it, and it's all Echo little Echo symbols,
Yeah,
that make up the skull. So I might have to find that and maybe dig that out somewhere.
yeah, brown one of my favorite colors for sure.
Hey, Junior boy, you got any more questions? Still there?
Now, yeah, I'm still here. Hello?
Okay, okay. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
we
got you.
hear
What's up, brother?
you, Junior.
No, I really don't have no more questions. I mean, like, he the goat, bro. I mean, like, no, I mean, been collecting since '88, man. I mean, what more? He laid it out on the line. I mean, this is Instagram, period, man. The combos, the everything. G.
Hey,
No, I
Junior.
You
appreciate
Junior,
can't
I
I'm gonna
lie,
appreciate that.
man. Especially a
Junior,
top
I'm gonna add
five.
you in. I'm gonna add you into since on your Facebook page. I'm gonna add you into some of the groups that me and Rick are a part of. That we like say we've been a part of for a long time. You'll fit right in. I mean, shoe guy. You know what I'm saying? There's links to selling. There's links to buying. There's all kind of people helping each other out. Just posting in general. So you'll fit right in with it.
Yeah, I know Ian for
Man,
quite a long
I
time.
don't know.
I don't know how many years, but we go back a pretty decent amount of time.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, well, really and truly, back to whatever year it was the Soul Firm originated. I mean, that's really where we started having interaction as far as social media. Um, before even following each other on Instagram. I mean, it was
Right.
back in Soul Firm days, and that's back when, like I say, I don't know how many members it is now, and it's not really a bragging right for me, but I remember being in a part of that when it was less than 100 members, and everybody's like,
Yeah, well,
spread the word.
that's in the beginning stages of the group, so you've been in there for quite a long time.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you remember, they were looking for a cover photo for the group, and Marcus was wanting to. Him and CJ were wanting to use one of the pictures I posted, but we couldn't because of the copyright infringement with the Jordan symbols and all.
Right.
So, that's why it came up with the Soul Firm symbol that logo it is today. And that God, like I say, that's been what 7, 8, 9 years at least, at least 7.
Well, Marcus Jackson's one of my closest friends in the sneaker game, and I have the utmost respect for him. And
Yeah,
we
All
we've
those in
actually
jazz.
we've actually met in person in New York. So in my book, he's a good dude, and he chose to leave Soul Firm to start the Monday Midsole, and I was cool with that because the bottom line is those guys had a vision and they wanted to do a podcast. And like I said, Monday Midsole is one of the dopest podcasts for sneaker culture that there is in social media.
yeah. I never
Fact.
met Marcus personally, but I've talked to him on the phone several times and over the years, and I have had the honor of I met Daniel, one legged Lister. Uh,
Yeah,
he's from here in the Atlanta area. Met him years ago out at a sneaker event. He's a really cool guy, down to earth.
yeah, he's a good dude. He, he
Yeah,
he just came back to social media.
yeah,
He took a break and now he posts here and there, but
yeah. Yeah, I know he
he's a
had
good dude.
some stuff going on. Yeah, I say he's a really cool dude too, man. And you know what the thing about Daniel is it's not just sneaker related. He can tell you some amazing stories of things that he's done, in his military career and all. I mean,
Yeah, of
dude,
course.
dude, I mean, and just down to earth guy. I mean, really cool guy. So any of y'all that follow him, you already know.
Molly Mall is another member of Monday Midsole. He's got one of the dopest collections in the whole country.
Facts. And
Yes.
He
that's where I
he
met, and that's not met, but that's where I seen one legged Lister for the first time on Monday Mid. So they did an interview, and then they explained that he was one of the originals that started that and everything like that. So I was over there paying attention. That's how I got it onto them. I avidly used to watch Monday Mid So on a weekly basis. Just unfortunately, my schedule just conflicts
yeah,
it now.
Molly has a very diverse collection where he has a lot of different brands, and Marcus is a little diverse also, but
Yeah.
not as much as Molly Mall is. And Kevin is strictly Nike and Jordan brand. That he doesn't really buy any other shoes. But Kevin's pictures on Instagram, he does that double sneaker picture where he posts two different sneakers in the same photo. I don't know how he does that, but he's got one of the dopest amount of pictures on Instagram, it's incredible. I mean,
Wow.
the way he frames the two sneakers, and they're on feet. So it's not like he's just posting two shoes that aren't on somebody's foot. He's posting two on feet pics of two different shoes in the same picture.
Fact.
So you should go to Buckeye City Soul and check out his Instagram page
Yeah, it's
because
ridiculous.
Molly Mall is. There's not many people in the United States have a better collection than he does. There probably isn't anybody. And Marcus has a tremendous collection also. Mike unboxed that. I kid around with him. I call him a hype beast because he wears all hype beast shoes. But he's a good dude also, and he has a fire collection also.
Yeah, they all got fire collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole podcast is excellent for the sneaker culture.
Excellent. That's a great word. And
So I
they
got a
for the
question
culture.
for
And
you,
they
Ricky
for the
Retro.
culture.
Yeah,
I got a question for you, Ricky Retro. What's your favorite hype shoe?
hype shoe.
Yeah, your favorite hype beat shoe that's hyped up.
Favorite hype beast shoe that I definitely don't have would be. Wow, that's a great question. Um, wow. I would say either the Powder Blue Force, Travis Scott, or the
Mm.
the Travis Scott sixes. And I don't have either one. Not that they're that much money, but I just haven't bought them right now. The upside down swoosh, to be totally honest with you, I'm getting sick of it. Where I'm hoping it kind of fades out pretty soon because I'm just tired of it. Same thing with the off white ones with that plastic going through the lace hole. I mean, it's hard to cop those shoes retail. So whether people want to admit it or not, most of them probably cop it resell.
Yeah.
So all those,
The sad
Both
part
of the
about
shoes
those,
you did, I got for resale.
well, the sad part about the off white ones is there's so many fakes of them too.
yeah,
Um,
that's
so
an easy
that kind of
shoe.
ruin. They'll say that kind of ruins it for the people who are hitting for retail or even paying resale. Is so many of that, especially the UNC, off white one. I
Yeah,
mean, you'd think that it'd be the Chicago would be, but the UNC was like just flooded with fakes.
those beige fours that just came out off white, that shoe was off
Boy,
the chain.
Yeah,
the
The beige
fives.
fours.
I love that shoe too, man.
I would need probably a woman's 14 for that, which probably isn't happening anytime soon.
Do you own any women's shoes?
Excuse me?
Do you own any of the women's shoes that came out for
Yeah,
Jordan
the
brand?
cream color fours.
Oh, you own them?
He's saying how many pairs of women's shoes do you have, like as far as in your collection?
I only have I only have a couple. I have the low white 12s with the pink midsole,
Oh
and
yeah. The
I've
all
only
white.
seen I've only seen two or three men on social media post that shoe. One was perfect pair, and then two regular dudes. Other than that, I haven't seen more than three people post that shoe, period, and be a man. So that's probably the dopest woman shoe I have. And then I have the white threes with like the blue bottom. I don't know what color blue it is, but it's not royal blue.
Is it a Pacific Blue pair?
Yeah, it's a white Jordan 3 and they have blue. It's like dark powder blue.
Hmm.
And it's a woman's shoe. I have that in the 13. And next year I'm going to definitely cop the pink snakeskin 11s because I found a store in Brooklyn that has a size 13 and a half. I'm definitely copping those because I love pink and I love low 11s. Low 11s are a super dope shoe for the summertime. That's another shoe people shit on because they only buy high 11s. So every time you post a low 11, people have problems with it. But I just do me.
Yeah, I like the cherries. I like the what's that? The Hall of Fames or the ceremonies.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got them
bro.
all.
Yeah,
I
yeah. Like
love
I
low 11s. The G, the Jeter one is bananas because I'm a Yankee fan. So the navy suede low 11 with the number 2 on the back.
yeah.
Yeah, the gum bottom and all. They just
Yeah,
really,
that
yeah,
shoe
that's a
was
clean
fire.
shoe. Yeah, that is a dope shoe. I'm
Yeah.
not personally a low 11 fan, but there are some colorways out there. Like
Yeah.
I've had the navy blue snake skin. Um, I had the damn, what was it, the cherry low um years ago. I got rid of those, but I mean,
The
I'm
only
like I
one
say,
I don't
I'm more
have
of a
is the
high
black.
11 fan.
I don't have the black and the green snakeskin. I for some reason I slept on that.
Yeah, them was in the outlets too.
And that shoe's dope. Black shoe
Yeah,
with the green snakeskin is fire.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that is a hard one. I forgot about that that one. And they look really good when they start aging too, with that yellow bottom. You know, start getting that little color to them.
Well, any icy sole bottom, you got to have them in a box with no paper in it.
Yeah.
Because if you keep white paper in any shoe with an icy sole bottom, the whole shoe is going to turn yellow.
See,
Man,
and that's another debate we've had on the show or on the reviews and the shows and the panel over the time is who likes the icy bottoms versus the yellow when when they start to age. And me, I'm more of a yellow. The when they start to age and turn. That's me. But some people like to keep them icy and brand new
Now,
looking.
I don't think the 11s, if it's not an icy sole bottom, I'm not feeling it. I would wear them, but I'm definitely not posting them. There's no way. There's no way I'm posting them.
What as far as
And
when they start to age?
when they
Yeah,
go,
there it
yeah,
is.
when the icy sole turns
man.
like brown or yellow,
I love it.
There it is. There. Hold on. Let me
I
pull it
love
up.
it. Yeah.
yeah, that's not too bad. I've seen a lot worse than that.
Yeah, especially on the bottom. That ain't bad.
Now tell me that's not
Bro.
one of your. Tell me the Concords aren't one of your favorite shoes.
Man, you can't go wrong with that boy.
I didn't buy the newest one because yeah, that shoe was just totally fucking bananas. You can't go wrong with that shoe.
Hey, really, your
When
phone is
boys
on
to men,
mute. We can't hear you.
when boys to men wore that shoe on TV, I lost my mind. That was crazy.
Still can't hear you, really.
Yeah, he might go back out, go out, and come back in. There it is. Them boys
Yeah,
get
I
some.
hear you.
Yeah, that's it.
Them boys get some wear, and that's not too bad for a couple years old pair.
Nah, they're okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can say I had the 2000 Space Jams, and we were at a show here in Atlanta, and the sole came off of them, and luckily I was at a shoe show, and dude fixed them for me with some barge cement at the show, and I ended up trading them for I don't even remember what I traded them for. No, one of the dumbest moves I made though. I mean, he had just glued the sole back on for me. I don't know why I got rid of them, but I mean, bro, they were gold as your chain, man. Like I loved it. You know what I mean? The 2000 jams with the piss yellow bottom, bro. I was like,
Yeah,
man, now I super regret it.
yeah. There's not many 11s in general that have been made that you could say, wow, that's a whack shoe. I mean,
That is a
people
fact.
make fun of the Gamma 11s.
No, that's a
I'll
dope
tell
one.
you a quick story about the Gamma 11s. People wanted that shoe so bad. The night before in a Brooklyn Foot Locker somewhere, I don't know the exact spot. they went Saturday night, the day before the release, and they dynamited the back wall of the stock room, and they blew the wall up, and they went in the stock room and took all the 11s.
Man,
Whoa, it was not played, huh?
that's a lick.
And then the
That's
and then
real militant.
the day they came out in the store that I copped them in, my friend fortunately was the manager, and he did the right thing. He had, I think, 64 pairs of shoes. The line down the block, there had to be like 300 people. So it got crazy when the people realized they weren't getting the shoes. If I'm not mistaken, they had to call the police.
Yeah, it was crazy. I bet you that.
Of course, people were bugging out. I don't know if they thought there was going to be 300 pairs of shoes, but it was only 65 pairs, if I remember
That's like
correctly.
that's crazy because like here when the OG original pair of the Bel Air fives dropped, I went to the mall to try to get a pair, and that was the first come first serve shoe, and bro, I remember they literally ripped the security gate off the Macy's. I mean, literally, there's people hanging like they're climbing on it, hanging on it, shaking it and ripping it, and the whole next thing you know, the whole thing just rips down, and a mob of people came flying through. And they cleared the whole mall out. They made the
Well,
whole.
the reason why they have the raffle and app system now, it's very simple. When the Galaxy foams came out in Florida and some other states, they totally destroyed the mall, and they had avalanches where they were running over people on the floor to run to the various stores to wait online.
I remember that.
So,
I remember
so
that
once they did that, Nike decided we got to change this. We can't have all this destruction, and it was just insanity.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So that's basically how the app system came out. Or I should say raffles. That's really how the raffles came out.
All right, Ricky, Retro, I got a quick question for you.
Sure.
Besides Jordan, what's your favorite Nike shoe?
Wow. Well, I got like 60, 70 different Air Maxes, so I'd have to say they're up there. And then number two, hands down, whether people think it's played out, I got to go with foam posits. I mean, I think after Jordans, before they did the stupid price that they are at now, I mean, foam posits were incredibly popular at one time.
It was a movement.
And then you on the low, I would say Griffey had some dope shoes too.
Yeah, for sure.
The powder blue, the royal blue joints with the yellow.
Yeah, the clear water. I mean, you can't go wrong with that clear water.
And then I got the white, red, and black one with when he was on Cincinnati. The red shoe with the white and black trim.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a black one.
You talking about the one that kind of looks like the kind of similar to the Nomo Air Max that came out years ago. The red Griffey.
The Griffeys I'm talking about, they're high tops.
Okay, never mind. I'm thinking something different.
No, the Nomos is a totally different shoe.
Yeah, I understand. I'm thinking they're similar, but I guess I'm thinking something different totally.
No, this was a high top shoe. He came out with all different colors. He had a black with freshwater trim. He had the red with the white and black trim. The royal blue was my.
Yeah. It had the strap on the top.
Yeah, the strap goes around the top.
There we go. I'm with you now. I'm with you.
Those shoes are fire. I have a lot of we call them Pippins in New York. We don't call them up tempos. The shoes with the AIR on the side.
Yeah, they have tempos. Yeah,
those are popular. And
the Pippins. That's what they were called back in the day.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean Pippins.
I mean, only because up tempo. The thing is, they made different model up tempos, so I'm going with
up tempos,
right. So that's definitely a Pippin to me with the air down the side. I mean, can't change my mind.
Popular too.
Especially like the one that was the all white with the blue, the Olympic version. You know, I mean, can't go wrong with it. I mean, I never owned it personally, but my homeboy
Those
had
came
like
out with the Olympic sevens. I remember the
right.
OG Olympic sevens, and those dropped that summer.
Well, no. Those came out with the Olympic 6 because that's the ones they wore in the Olympics in '96.
I'm talking about the first original pair. He did. There wasn't no.
Oh,
He
oh,
didn't have
oh.
no. He didn't have no sixes. Jordan didn't wear
No.
no sixes.
No, I know that I'm saying, but you think about the Olympic 6. That's when that whole
But they
group.
dropped the seven around that time, I believe.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Olympic seven and the Pippen seven Olympic.
Yeah, there's a lot of dope Nike basketball shoes. Believe it or not, Air Raids were popular when they first came out.
Man, that's one of my favorite ones.
That was a Tim Hardaway shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that was his shoe.
And that was also a Jordan, but outdoor Jordan that Tinker Hatfield had made, but it didn't make the cut. Outdoor is supposed to be made for outdoor purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
Jordan 8.
I do remember
and the original Chris Webber Nike shoes were dope too, but they were so narrow I couldn't buy them because I could only get half of my foot in there. They're coming out again next year, but of course they're not calling him Chris Webber because he's not with Nike anymore. Just the way they played Deion Sanders dirty. They came out with the turf shoe.
Yeah.
But they took his name off the shoe. And
that was gonna be my next question. What's your favorite turf shoe? Your favorite turf, like during that time, with the Sayals and the Diamond Turfs,
the Barry Sanders,
the Rod Wilsons.
I would have to go with Deion Sanders because his shoes in New York were popular. That's what I consider a turf shoe.
You're right, Juggernaut. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I say you associate. Like I say, but you're right. I associate the Air up-tempo version with Pippen, though, even though there was tons of other up-tempo, releases. So
we got into a big argument in one of the sneaker groups about that. I said, "Look, you could call it whatever you want. In New York, we call them Pippins." I mean, I'm not. I don't want to have these marathon debates. Like we're not trying to find a cure for cancer. If you don't want to call them Pippins, call them whatever you want. I don't care.
Call them what you want. Right. We gonna know what you're talking about.
Well, let's say. I mean, you got just for instance, and it's only because it's something that's about to be upcoming, and it just triggered my mind. But like with the bread 4, it's really the black cement 4, or it's really the playoff 4. I mean, which one do you want to call it? The bread 4.
No, it's definitely bread.
Right, but the actual true name of it is the black cement 4.
Black cement 4. That's what I was growing up.
Right. But I'm saying that
those fours don't have a cement pattern in it.
No, at all.
But bread is a new name. That didn't come.
Right.
No
Exactly.
Bread wasn't.
The old
when I was
name.
a kid, I never heard bread. I heard black cement, the gray cement, or the gray
actually,
or whatever.
Actually, what I always heard it off playoffs. There you go, Superb. You hit on the head because it was always white during the season and then black in the playoffs.
The cement term was basically for threes.
Yeah.
And then they kind of stretched it to the 4s, especially the white ones.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really not a correct term because there's no cement pattern in either the black one or the white one.
Correct.
Yeah,
that's why I say which terminology you're going to use to classify that particular shoe when there's multiple names for it. And like I say, technically for me, I'm going to always call it the playoffs, but even though the bread is the new colorway because like I say, growing up watching Jordan play, it was always white all season and then black for the playoffs. So that's where you get your playoff 8s.
I like to say bread because it's easy.
Right.
The only shoes I use the term playoffs are the 8s and the 13s.
There you
that's
go.
it.
Me too. Playoff 12.
Me too.
Everything else is not playoffs.
Well, but you got to think though that the new term for playoff 12 is what? Bread 12.
Well,
the playoff 12.
No. I'm saying. Let me play that back. What I'm saying is like
flu games and playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they're called flu games. Nobody says playoffs.
No, you're right.
Playoff 12s. Playoff 12s. That's all I know.
Yeah, you're right. No, yeah, I had it backwards. Yeah, I was thinking.
In New York, we don't call them playoff 12s. We call them flu game 12s even though it came out that it was food poisoning. But we stick with flu game.
No, we call
No,
them flu game. Well, he talking about the
yeah,
playoff, the
black and white. Yeah,
playoff.
I had
The
my turn.
red
I had
and
my right.
okay, yeah.
Oh,
Confusing.
you talking about the white
You're right.
and
You're right.
black,
gray
We are
yeah.
fours? The
No,
white
the
and
white
gray
and black
fours?
12.
white and black 12 playoff 12. I did say it wrong when I was talking about the
The
flu
white
games.
and
What I
black,
meant to
the
say.
black and white trim 12s, those are playoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
I was saying. I
black-
said I was wrong. I meant to say
Oh,
flu
yeah.
game when I said playoff. Is what I meant to say.
Yeah, the black shoe with the white trim, those are 100% of playoffs.
Right.
Right.
And the 13s are playoffs and the 8s are playoffs.
Right.
Other than that,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
call no I don't call no shoes playoffs.
Hey, Junior had them things on deck too quick, boy.
He had it ready, huh?
Man.
Right. And I'm saying that
Hey,
made
that
me
was
think
his own
like, I
foot for
did say it.
today. That was his
I
own
did
foot
say-
for today. He took it right off the foot.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to
That's why
show
it's
some
white
respect.
cement and black
You got to
cement.
show some respect to the taxi 12s too.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, man,
I mean,
for
come
sure.
on, bro. That's a
Shout out
staple.
Hot Dog.
Hey,
They
that's
should
another thing I meant
retro
to,
that.
That's another thing I meant to say a minute ago. I noticed that we have quite a few people in the chat tonight, which is great, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. But everybody, drop your little your social media handle, so we can all follow each other over there in the comment section.
Hit that like button if you don't mind.
That's right. Hit the like
Give it
and
a-
subscribe.
give it a thumb up.
Yeah, yeah.
And go
Hey.
tomorrow. Go tomorrow to Ricky Retro and give me some likes. I
Nah,
could
not
use
tomorrow.
some.
Do it tonight.
Tonight,
Okay.
right now. Right
Just
now.
say, not tomorrow, tonight. But yeah, if
Hey,
you guys
Ricky
don't mind.
Retro.
Short-term memory these days.
Man. Hey, Ricky Retro, I got a question for you. All right,
Shoot
so I see that you big into the caps and the kicks and hats and kicks with the
Yes.
hashtags and everything. How is
Yes.
how important is it to you to get the right hat? Do you pick the hat before the shoe or the shoe before the hat?
No, the shoes come first, 100%. And I have a photographic memory. Every single hat that I buy, I know 100% when I go home, there's going to be some shoe that I have that's going to match this hat. I never walk in the house and I don't have a shoe that matches whatever hat I buy. Never happens.
Facts.
The shoes come first. Even though I have twice as many hats, that's not important because I don't really care how many hats I have. The point is all the hats match my sneakers.
I'm the same way. I buy a pair of shoes. Picture in my mind, and 2 months later, I'll see a shirt. Oh, bro, I gotta get that. You know what I mean? So,
And then another thing that annoys me, I don't care if you do lace swaps, but don't make it so overpowering that it just crushes the whole shoe because the laces are so powerful. You got to do it in moderation where the shoe is the main part of the whole thing.
Yep.
If you want to take the original laces off and put a different pair of laces on, fine, but don't make it like as soon as you look at the shoe, all you see is laces.
Yeah, that's a dope profile pic right there, D Stacks.
yeah.
What about the playoff nines?
Yeah, are we still calling them the Space Jams 9, or
I call them Space Jams. I don't call them playoffs.
Yeah, they're not playoff nines. Nah.
Yeah.
A lot of first of all, Jordan never wore those. Number one, and
Right.
the person
He
who
played
made those
baseball.
famous,
Yep.
the person who made them famous is Harold Miner. Harold Miner wore them in the dunk contest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's why he got the nickname Baby Jordan.
Yeah.
Harold Miner wore them in both dunk contests that he won, and Jordan wore them as a baseball cleat
All black.
for the
All black.
Birmingham Barons.
Yep. Baron 9. That's
So-
where you get the Baron 9, the whole Baron collection.
With
The Baron
on
ones.
the back.
That Baron collection was trash.
Hey,
I still got them nines too.
I got the
but-
Baron ones though. I mean, that's just something I had to have in my
The
collection.
bear
Just,
ones ain't bad with the gray collar on them.
Yeah.
They
And the
ain't
3M
bad at
laces?
all. Yeah, I kind of like.
People
I'll
get
take the lace. I
people
would
get
take the laces,
sensitive.
man.
People get sensitive about Flint 13s too. It's not a game worn shoe.
Yeah.
There's no way
Hey,
I'm
see-
taking
Go ahead.
those over that he got game 13s. You got to be out of your mind.
Mm.
And see,
Yeah.
that's another thing that people have always questioned is why they have Jordan wearing a pair of 9s outside United Center. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
question for the history books there.
They
man.
should have made it. He should have wore 11s or 3s.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
you see that? Yeah,
I
you see the
think the
Avatar
3s or 1s
diverse.
should have. Huh?
I say you see the Avatar diverse. He got on the 10s and standing in front of the statue with the 9s.
Right. So I don't understand why they didn't do 3s, 4s, or 1s. You know, I totally agree. Or even a 6. I mean, you know, do something that was
6.
iconic.
Definitely
Do something
the
that was
6.
iconic to him. Exactly.
Somebody dropped the ball putting the 9s there. I think that was stupid.
Yes, very.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It does make.
Now that
considering
shoe
that he
was a
never
brick.
wore
That
them.
statue 9 shoe was a brick.
Or I could see having him in a statue wearing 9s, but not out front. Maybe have that a smaller one inside. You know what I mean? Why do you have this as your iconic
Nah,
statue
he
outside?
shouldn't. He should not be wearing any 9s on any statue. I don't care if the statue's next to the candy counter.
Unless it's the baseball statue.
Yeah, yeah,
Man.
Yeah, but
got
he
a
never
baseball.
wore them in it. He never wore them in a basketball game.
right. That was one of our trivia questions too. On one of the things we did on the one of our review or lives we had. A long time ago, about a year ago.
So Mike didn't wear the cool gray 9s when he was at Washington.
No,
Oh yeah,
Them was
yeah.
11s. I thought them was 11s.
Cool gray 9s. When
No, he
was
wore the
wore-
cool
I
gray
think he
9
wore
the
cool
Wizards.
gray
for the
11s.
Wizards.
Oh yeah, the Wizards, the 9s,
Yeah, he might have-
Cougar, yeah.
He might
No,
have
he
wore
doubled
them,
back.
but
Yeah, he doubled back and wore a lot of the.
Not a
I know he-
championship.
okay.
But not.
Alright.
But the 9s were never on the court. Okay, 9s were never on the court in series of the years that he played
Or
and
in
dropped every.
OG form. In
Right,
OG
exactly.
form.
Yeah, because he wore the 11s too, the Cougar 11s too with the Washington.
he
And
wore
in
the
17s or 18s.
That's when cool gray became popular.
he
Facts.
wore the cool gray 11s definitely with the Wizards.
Yeah.
And then Richard Hamilton, he basically wore everything when he was with the Wizards and the Pistons.
He got some nice PEs too.
Because he was on Jordan
Rip.
brand.
Yeah, he got some nice PEs.
Nobody got better PEs than Quentin Richardson.
Oh, Bibby do.
Bippy's the great. Yeah, I'll take that
83
back.
Nations when he beat the monsters.
Bippy's
Everybody
Bippy's the
always
great-
chiming in with the.
Bippy's the greatest Jordan brand member of all time because he never took
Yeah.
any money.
Man,
He
he's
just
the
Man.
he
dude.
got paid in shoes.
He's the dude.
And had hella PEs.
Yeah.
Bippy's the greatest Jordan brand person. I stand corrected on that.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I like Bibby, man.
I think he's on steroids now. If you ask me,
Man, he's so big,
Boy.
bro. He gotta be. How you get that big?
he's kind of
When you so-
brolic. If you
When
ask
you're
me,
so small, your whole life you get just double in size, triple in size almost.
You know, I can understand his situation. You know, being swole. You know, I can dig it.
Man.
Yeah, just a little whey protein. You know, it ain't nothing but a
That's
little
right,
whey
you know,
protein,
you know,
creatine.
Right. Peanut butter
wanna know-
sandwiches.
I want to know how many steroids Busta Rhymes took.
Man, him and Dr. Dre got the same pharmacist.
Man.
'Cause they both blew up.
Man, they both
And,
got
and,
Yankee.
and Timberland.
And
Timberland
Timbo,
too.
and
Man.
Timbo, they all got Yankee. You know they got the celebrities got their own little go-to person.
They see how fat Twister got lately?
I haven't seen him in a
Man.
while.
He
He
was
Who's
on
that?
Twister. He was
He's
on the
on-
interview I saw
Twister.
the other day. Man, he's fat, bro.
Oh,
I
I'm
hope
talking
Twister. I hope Twister
he
saved
threw
some
the
money.
bro in at the end.
Hey, he went from Twister to he's like a hurricane now, bro. He ain't no,
Well, he was always fat.
right. He said like Captain America.
Man.
that's funny.
I never liked
Oh
his
yeah,
style of
Method
music.
Man too.
Yeah, Method Man's getting a little big, but he's not like Busta Rhymes.
Hey, I got one more question for you. You
Sure.
already told us about the Concord, how that mean to you. So we're gonna take that out the out the answer right here and think of another shoe. If
Okay.
you had the shoe in your collection that means the most to you, meaning if you had to give all your shoes away but one, which one you keeping? Besides the Concord.
Wow. Well, it's definitely going to be in that picture from the top 5 shoes. So I would have to say any of those in that top 5 would be good. But if I have to narrow it down, I got to go with Black Cement 3's number 2. And I got to go with Bread 4's number 3. And Bread 11's definitely number 4.
Man,
Solid. That's solid
Yeah,
lineup.
solid,
facts.
solid, solid.
Black and Cement 3's, for me, they're just a notch below Concords. I think Black and Cement 3's are one of the dopest shoes in the history of the whole sneaker culture.
Yeah, I mean, it's very iconic.
And we're gonna run across the panel with that same answer, starting with Junior. If you had to give away, if you had to keep one shoe in your collection, what's the one shoe you keeping?
Probably my Flint 9s.
Flint nines.
Damn, he loves that shoe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That ain't the shoe you see all the time, neither.
Yeah, definitely ain't.
I remember.
Nines get a lot of hate. A lot of people don't like nines.
Just get them a half a size bigger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're kind of a tight fit.
It depends on what year you're buying too, because like the older ones fit big, fit regular, but the newer ones fit small. So
When I wear nines, I don't lace the shoes. I just let them loose.
Facts.
I mean this is a size 8 charcoal 9. It fits me perfect. But I bought a size 8 in the olive 9. The what was it, 2016 or whatever release it was, or 15 whatever year it was, and they're snug. They're snug.
83 Nation ain't playing.
Yeah, nines don't get a lot of love. A lot of people don't like 8s. Most people
Juggernaut
don't
said
like
he.
8s.
Man, I ain't doing
Juggernaut of Soul. Ricky said he looking at Black 3 Minutes right now. Shout out to you for his pair.
Yeah, well, he's such a good friend. I sent him to him without taking the money, and I told him whenever he had the money to give it to me, I didn't care because me and him are like brothers.
Facts.
You can't
Let's
you
go.
can't get a better, you can't get a nicer guy than him as a person. Period. Never mind sneaker culture. He's just straight A1 person. So if you ever
Them
want
don't come
guests,
around a lot.
if you ever want
Right.
another guest on your panel for a podcast, by all means ask him because he's a super good dude and he loves sneakers.
Hey, I'm gonna
So-
most definitely hit him up. Most definitely.
Yeah, I just sent him a follow on there too. So, like I say, anybody else want to drop their
Yeah,
No,
we
the Instagram
follow
handle.
back. We draw on Instagram, on YouTube. Y'all subscribe. We subscribe back on Instagram. You follow. We follow back also.
I'm definitely going to be watching your channel moving forward. So down the road, if you ever need a repeat performance, I'd love to come back someday.
Oh man, that's always, man. You know that's an honor for us. We'll greatly extend that invitation right there. Most definitely, you ain't got to
Because
tell us twice.
I'm very appreciative that I was even asked to come on.
Oh man, that's a
Thank you.
no-brainer right there.
We appreciate
No,
you, and we're humble.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to thank everybody on the panel for even thinking about asking me because it means a lot to me that I was able to come on and express some of my ideas because I feel a lot of things in the sneaker culture gets lost because if you really want to get down to it, it's a form of text messaging. So I'm thankful for the fact that I have a chance to come on and actually verbalize how I feel about certain things. So
What's up,
I feel I
Jug?
could be a little clearer about it.
Facts, and we gonna give you the floor right now. So anything that you once again, like you came on when you shouted out the groups, is anything on the that you want to shout out before we get up out of here? We a little bit over that 2-hour mark, but that ain't no problem. But before we get up out of here, we want you to give your shout outs again. Anybody else that you want to shout out for those that wasn't chimed in the beginning, and then we'll go ahead and let Diverse Styles or PR or Junior ask any more questions, and then we'll let Diverse Styles go into the final
Well, I would
segment of the
say,
show.
even though I already mentioned them, but it's very important to me. If you like fitted hats, New Era 5950 Fitted Hat Society is the hat group you should join to build up your collection, get to see people's different collections. They also sell hats on that site. If you have trouble getting hats, it it's just a super dope group. And Robert Martin, the person who founded the group, I have the utmost respect for him for doing this group, because the hat culture is something that people should really get interested in, because it's just a great concept. I mean, who doesn't want to match their kicks with their hats?
Man,
And like I said, I met so many nice people through social media. Uh, so I mean, all the groups I just shouted out. If I missed a few, you know, I have the utmost respect for every group that I'm in.
all right, and we're gonna run to the panel. Any more questions anybody got in the panel?
I got one question for you, Rick.
Okay.
How you store all them hats?
Okay, that's a good question. I have about 4 or 5 plastic containers. Number one. And then years ago, my father had somebody build a 7 foot high Formica shelving, where the shelves inside have holes that you put pegs, and you make the width of the shelves whatever width you want to make. So I can store a lot of hats in that 7 foot high Formica compartments, and then I put hats on top of that 7 foot high thing. And then I have the rest of the hats in like 5 plastic containers that I bought in Target. And that's why I'm a little hesitant to buy too many more hats, because I live in an apartment. There's only so much I can do, and then after a while, it's rough.
Man,
I mean, space. They say shoes taking up the majority of the space.
Well, I ain't telling you where the shoes are,
No,
but
no, we don't expect that. Hey, we don't expect that. Hey, we don't expect that.
ain't nobody ever going to see where my shoes are, period.
There you
But
go.
it takes up a large portion of my apartment.
That's what's
And
up.
then don't forget that, I actually own regular clothes that regular people wear. You know, regular, jeans, leather jackets, sweaters, Champion sweatshirts. Occasionally I do actually wear shoes when I go out. So, but that doesn't happen too often, to be honest with you. But all in all, the best thing I could say is, no matter what you're into, I don't care what it is, it's not about numbers. The thing is to have fun, live within your means, buy what you can buy with whatever money you make, and just have as much fun as you can. And the most important thing is, don't try and compete with other people,
facts.
because when you try and do that, you jam yourself up. And at the end of the day, nobody really cares how many sneakers you have. It's not really that important, because I haven't even counted my shoes. I have no idea. I mean, I know it's a lot of shoes, but I don't want to know how many I have. And the hats, I mean, I gave you a ballpark figure. That's a pretty accurate. I mean, I did have 2,400 at one time, and I had to get rid of them. So, like I said, I donated a lot to charity, and I gave a coworker a lot of hats, and now I have a comfortable amount that somewhere between 1,000 and 1,100. People in my main hat group, they laugh at that because they have 3, 4, 5,000 hats. So you
Yeah,
know,
that's crazy.
1,000, 1,100 hats is not a big deal. There's people in there, they probably got 6, 7,000 hats, but
It's crazy.
That's
not throwing
buying
shit,
every hat.
not throwing shade at anybody. They probably don't have $90,000 worth of kicks either.
Man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm buying hats, I'm buying sneakers, I'm buying clothes. You know, money don't grow on trees. So, like this year,
Does
I copped about 45 pairs of shoes. I could tell you 100%. Next year, I'm not copping 45 pairs of shoes. That's not going to happen
Man. All
because I
right.
just don't. I don't have the room.
Anybody else got any more questions for Ricky Retro?
well, he done summed it all up. Drop
All
some
right.
knowledge and some information. You know what I mean?
All right. Well,
No problem.
Diverse, take
I,
us to that last segment of
Well,
the
as I
interview.
say, as everybody knows, we always end every segment, whether it be a review or the live conversation with the homies. You know, we always end it with what's on feet today. Obviously, everybody knows the whole motto behind our whole Feast in the Streets YouTube channel is, you know, we wear our pairs. You know what I mean? And we always try to have people on who are as passionate about it as we are. So tonight, as you see, I went with the gray. I'm not sure that what Heather Gray or whatever it is, but with the red Fnts. And so with that, like I said, it was just bringing it, you know, the 2012 edition. You know, it's still in good shape. They got some cracking, but of course, you know, that's what happens with Fords. So, look at that. Size tag still in the bottom. You know, I don't know how does that even happen? I don't know, but whatever.
You're light on your feet.
Hey, it's because I don't wear them much, but you're right. You know, but yeah, I mean, you know, tonight's selection was the 2012 bread playoff or whatever. So
We going to you,
well,
Ricky Retro.
my shoe for today was the. You're not going to be able to
ooh,
see it that good, but it's the
That's
7210.
72. Yes, sir.
70,
7210.
everybody
You
know
can
what that
see
is
that
with that leather.
You can
Very
You
see
see
nice
that
that leather,
leather.
shoe.
you know.
721011's a forgotten shoe on social media where a lot of people don't post the shoe.
Fresh out the
So
tumble cycle.
so
Yes,
that's
sir.
the shoe that I wore for today. And then
Great selection.
I pulled out a few other shoes just to
Oh yeah, let us see. We
That's right.
here
You
to
talking about a phone?
we
Yeah,
want
let's see that
to
phone.
see
okay,
shoes.
here's the greatest foam of all time.
Oh,
Royal
yes,
Mm.
sir. Look at that
Royal
shine
Blue
on there.
foams.
What year is that one, Rick?
Let me see if hold on a
Like
second, maybe I can
09
find it.
pair or something. That was an early pair.
He gonna make me
Oh,
want to go seek me one out.
07, 08, 09, somewhere in there.
Like, it remind me of that Bibby, man. When he said the Bibby wore before a penny, I didn't know that, but I do remember seeing Bibby wearing that though in that Final Four.
I really can't see the year, but it's an old shoe.
Yeah, I'm gonna say somewhere
Okay.
like 07, 09 is what came to mind
Yeah.
for me. With the
And then
rough.
I took out the Serrano 98s, which is one of my favorite Air Maxes.
Oh yeah.
Was designed by the lady's name was actually Serrano, and I could have went to her after party, but like an idiot, I didn't go. And this is one of my favorite Air Maxes. And
Are
then
those coordinations on the side? Coordinates on the side? On the inner panel, the medium
yeah, it
panel?
looks like cork, but it's not cork.
No
Philip said
coordinates. No
05.
coordinates. Hey, look. The PR, the basis behind that shoe was supposed to be like NYC base, like the asphalt effect, and then the color.
Yeah, it was
I don't
like
know the whole story.
it
Yeah.
was
Okay.
like the graffiti effect.
Okay.
And then these you
Yeah.
already saw, but I love this shoe, the Galaxy 90s.
Mm-hmm.
This shoe is super dope.
You can't go wrong.
Now, Rick, I gotta ask you. Being with knowing your post office background, do you have those parcel Air Force Ones, the cream color ones? That was the parcel that came out like
No,
2 years
no,
ago.
no. I wore
Ah, I
black Air.
can't
I
believe you don't
wore
have
black.
those.
I wore black Air Force Ones to deliver mail in. But other than that, I used to wear a different shoe every day to work because I would change it in my locker and put my work shoes on. So even though I was working, I went to work with regular clothes on, and then I changed into my uniform when I got to work.
That's what's up.
And Philip said them phones was '05.
Oh, five. Yeah,
Okay.
I knew it was back there. I didn't know when though.
And then here's another shoe that a lot of people don't post: the bio beige threes.
Yes,
My
sir.
favorite, one
Fire.
of my favorites.
Fire.
This shoe was dope, and
Super.
I mean, of course, a lot of people have it, but they don't post it. So that's one of my favorites. And then, like I told you, the Fearless ones.
Mm-hmm.
I love this shoe.
Mhm.
This is probably my favorite one, even though I only have 10 pairs. So that's a little embarrassing. That's nothing to brag about.
Hey, you know what? That's 10 more than I got.
And then this year's release, I just love this shoe. I don't care if everybody in the country has it. I couldn't care less. The UNC threes.
Fire.
Fire.
This shoe is just totally bananas.
Man, I love that shit.
Yes, sir.
And I got 3 hats that go perfectly with this shoe. So, and last but not least, the love of my life, Concord
All
11s.
Bet not nobody say nothing bad about that shoe.
Don't you say nothing.
Well,
We say it's
Nobody-
swinging on sight.
nobody say anything bad in person about this shoe. You want to be a keyboard gangster and rank it out on Facebook, you can do that, but don't come to Brooklyn. Don't come to Brooklyn and try and rank this shoe out.
PR, you see that on the
Philip.
screen?
Yeah,
see
I knew
that.
it was something like
Appreciate
that.
you, Philip. Appreciate you,
Yep.
Philip.
Thank you, Philip, for filling that in.
Philip got some info. We gonna need you on the show soon, man. We gonna have to make sure. I see that you subbed up. We gonna sub up right back to you once this show is over. And Juggernaut. And let me before we get to the rest of the shoes though, let me go back up to this. Want to shout out Just Rob, Philip, Sean, Juggernaut of Souls. Let's see.
83 Nation was in there.
83 Nation and
Jason Crowder.
Jason Crowder,
The Chiefs
appreciate it.
fan.
And D Stacks, appreciate
That was
it.
D Jason Crowder?
No.
Oh.
Hey, hell no, we were pulling him back on. Hey, but
Because he just signed with a different team. He left the Heat.
oh, is that right?
Yeah,
What
he
y'all-
left yesterday. He's on a different team now.
What y'all think about that Dwight Howard tweet and then getting traded?
Oh,
I think
man,
he's one of the he's one of the biggest knuckleheads in sports history.
Them Lakers are stacked up.
He took the minimum veterans
3D.
exception.
Boy,
He could have waited a month from now to get $2.6 million. He
just
was in
wanted to
that
get to
much
a
of a
team.
hurry.
Yeah.
He was in that much of a hurry to say something the first day. And,
All right,
and
so-
he's only going to play this year. Next year he's going to retire.
I think he got one more after this year.
Well, he better be good with money because he's got like 8 or 9 kids.
Man, he better
And
be good.
just
Good with
just
money.
got
And them
married.
taxes ain't funny.
Man.
He better go for a vasectomy.
Let's see what that
All right,
outfit
so today I got on that white and that royal blue with the FNTS shirt and the
Yeah,
hat to match.
your hats are dope.
Appreciate it, fam. And I got on
Are those fitted?
they snapbacks.
Oh, I can't wear those. Sorry.
Hey, he gonna get you a custom though.
Yeah, we gonna get you one.
Hey,
I
we
got
gon-
on the
hey, we gonna get- we
royal
gonna get 'em.
threes.
We're gonna get a black one and put some electrical tape on the back, cover the hole, and send you one.
Nah, he said. Hey, he said he's 7'8", so we
Yeah.
can throw a couple
Yeah.
up in there when we put in
What
the
you
next
can
order.
do is send me a size 12 in those Royal 3s, and I'll PayPal you.
Mark Gasol signed with the Lakers. Yeah, right. If that's true, it's crazy over there right now.
Man,
Well, they said they were going after him.
Oh yeah, it's over. It's a wrap. And then we got the fewest people on the on the roster right now. We still got like 6 spots. Well, 5 probably
The,
now if
La-
they
the,
really
the Lakers got a doper team now than they did last year
say that. Yes, sir.
with with,
And
with Harrell, Schroeder,
they even got Wesley from
and
Milwaukee.
Matthews is a good ball player.
Yes, Wesley
hey,
Matthews. Yeah.
hey, y'all ain't gonna believe this, man. But the Lakers just beat the Falcons in the fourth quarter.
The who?
The
We
Lakers just beat
believe
the
it.
Falcons.
Got me.
Yeah, we believe
Got
it.
me. I did like, what?
Lakers just
The
beat the Falcons
Falcons,
in the fourth quarter. Yep.
the Falcons are 28-3 for life.
Boy, Junior boy. What we
So
looking
you-
at?
Falcons ain't going nowhere.
The Michigan SBs.
That's
Yes,
SB. They not no SBs.
Oh, those are
the
dope.
Dunks.
No dunks. Yeah, that's
Yep,
right. You dunk.
yep,
You're
yep.
right. Yeah, just plain
They're
James.
nice on there. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, them is fire.
What are those, Michigan dunks?
Yeah.
Fire too.
Yeah, that shoe's
Oh,
dope.
yeah, he signed 2 years. That's dope.
That shoe's
PR.
dope.
Man, honor of Ricky Retro. We're gonna go
Yes,
with them
sir.
Concords, man.
Yeah,
I got
there
the
you
high
go.
cut,
Yes,
the high
sir.
cut and the low cut for you, player.
See
Yes,
how smart
sir.
you are?
Yeah.
See, now that,
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
a smart
sir.
He's
man.
one of my favorites too, though. I put these in my top 3.
Oh yeah.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
Behind the infrared 6 and the bread 4. And this is
Yeah.
number 3 for me.
Facts.
Well, those are 3 top shoes.
Absolutely.
Hey, once again, we appreciate everybody for tuning in to another Sunday night convo with the homies. This your boy Superb Kicks, one for part of Feats in the Streets. Once again, follow us at Feats in the Streets at Instagram, at Facebook, Twitter, all the above, and most importantly, holla at featsinthestreets.com for all your official FNTS merchandise. And we're gonna shoot it to the panel and let everybody get their outro.
He already hit on it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, man, to the panel tonight, all you guys, Ricky Retro, thank you for coming in. Obviously, other guys, thank y'all for being on a weekly basis. To the comment section, man, thank y'all for being so active tonight and dropping some information and all. That's pretty dope, man. We always appreciate that. And like I say, Diverse Styles, the other half of Feats in the Streets. Follow me at Instagram at Ian Tankersley 404. Ian Tankersley by itself on Facebook. And like I say, feastinthestreet.com for all your FNTS merchandise.
Yeah.
Okay,
Appreciate
once
it,
again,
Just Rock.
fellas, thank you for having me on the show. And by all means, keep in touch. And hopefully down the road, we could do this again.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
All right. Well, you have a good rest of your night. I'm going to sign off right now.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming on, man.
Appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate
All right.
Appreciate you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
it. Hey, and everybody, we do this every Sunday. Sunday night
That's right.
convo is at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. West Coast time, Pacific time. Should I say? Tune in every week. We do a panel with just us. Without a guest every other week. We'll try to get a special guest to come in. So just tune in. Like I said, we're gonna holler at Juggernauts, So and Phillips also to get them on the show also.
Right.
In there.
We got some
Okay.
dope ones coming up, too.
That sounds
Most
good. Okay. Good night, fellas. And once
All right, good night,
again,
brother.
thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Later.
PR, Junior, y'all want to get y'all outros, or y'all got anything else y'all want to discuss? We don't got to get up out of here right now.
Nah,
Man. Go
All
ahead,
right.
June.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm about to duck and dodge. Got a few things to handle, y'all, man. But
Hey,
it's
appreciate
at PR
y'all.
underscore 23.
Hey, man, it's always a pleasure chopping up with you guys, you know what I'm saying, every week, you know what I'm saying? Junior, I'll text you later on. Superb. We'll talk throughout the week. PR, you have a great week as well, brother.
All right, y'all.
All
100.
right, man. Check y'all out next week. Appreciate it,
Have a
fellas.
good evening.